Ahoy, Wonders, and welcome back to the table. I want to make a brief statement just addressing a couple of comments I saw via the Reddit and on YouTube.
Handful of concerns.
This reset point for the campaign, like where we're at right now due to, circumstances, this was not all, just Zito wanting to throw everybody under, like throw a big fiery rod down on everybody. This was a necessary decision that was made with a group discussion. We all talked this over on okay, so how do we want to proceed with where we're at and how we, need to move forward that makes sense for the world and allows us to continue the story. And the hard reset point, if there was ever a TPK over in Ebrook Hall, was always going to be Wake. Just go back there. So that was one of the natural starting points for the discussion.
Plan B scenario.
Yeah, exactly. In order to get back on the road to where we needed to be by, I guess, the third act.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. This was not all just DM, rocks fall, everyone die fuckery. This is something that we all talked about and something that we all came to a conclusion on. Regardless, welcome back to Chroma Gill and Chums.
All right, so at this point, you guys have decided that Valtar was your pick.
Yes, big old Triceratops lady.
She has not been notified of that, and since you guys
She'll wake up on a boat.
Yeah, and since you guys told Micha about that, you made a loose end for yourself.
So we gotta kill her, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that now, if you guys wanted to keep this a little bit secret, she now knows that there's a off-the-books job in the works.
Uh-oh.
But they don't know it's me.
True, I did say
Nope,
benefactor.
nope, that is true.
I kept saying benefactor.
There's that,
But-
but Chroma has no idea what off the books even means. So if anyone tries to
He
approach
just
him-
learned about books.
Yeah, he's still curious about what they entail.
That, and you could also just, not, fart in Micha's face and have to talk to her.
Yeah, it's also true. I assume she's taken a long rest since then. Spores have worn off.
Possible.
Well, at this point, we didn't actually finish that, so we're now up to the part where it's, okay, the job is in. The last thing you guys have to do is gather your actual party together, do any necessary shopping that needs to get done while you're still in town, and then go talk to Ziaka, and then finally go. So that's where we're at this current juncture.
Okay.
All right, so the morning of wakes, and I got one different piece of gear that I've been planning on equipping whenever Wake decided to rejoin, and that is a bandolier of daggers that he carved in the shape of basically shark teeth.
Right on.
Aesthetic things. They're silver daggers for the sake of damage reduction, but those are the things he decided to get because he has no range.
Yeah, that's fair. And plus, you never know when a werewolf's going to show up and bite you.
You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
We were
It's
literally
D&D.
just dealing with vampires, and they don't like silver, so shrug. Wake probably would have learned that from somebody, mostly through his fan fiction writing.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Vampires hate silver.
Just throw a knife at a vampire. Fuck.
Yeah, he gets up in the morning.
Oh, no!
He looks at the Yelden flag that he has on his wall, just kind of looks at it kind of sorrowfully for a second. We ain't gone yet, Cap. We ain't gone yet. Slam door, intro music, go.
You guys have been given room and board at the temple by Sheldon at this point, since you've told him that you're going to be on this quest. Only problem is that he was looking around going, where's your fourth then? Because remember, you were supposed to meet up with Valtara or Micha at a certain point.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, if you guys want to go find Valtara, I'm going to
Wow,
go.
you really dropped the ball, Morgan. Shut up.
I don't know, Morgan, he might be right on that one.
I know.
Nedra's sitting there. Who are you talking to?
Oh, hello. Are we discussing things of the day here?
You
Is that
don't-
what we do?
They don't hear you. Remember, it's a long rest.
He just comes up.
Walks right out the door.
He is walking up to you as if he is talking, gesticulating and making all kinds of hand motions.
So he's miming at you right now.
Pretty much.
I just point in my ear.
I don't understand. Does he think we can still hear him?
Check your ears.
There it goes. I apologize. It's not often that I see people twice in another day. I'm not used to having to to reapply my language spores. Hello!
Yeah, aren't we
Chroma
lucky?
Gill. Good morning, Chroma Gill.
What are we doing today? Are there adventures, festivities afoot, restoring balance to nature and getting rid of this horrendous darkness I sense in the universe?
Yes, actually.
Splendid!
We're on our way to get strong purple.
Strong purple, I remember that one.
And I'm going to go find my friend who is going to help us with this one. I guess you can call her Three Snake.
I will be the judge of that when I see them.
Fair. You know what? Fair enough. I feel like it's an accurate description. If you deem otherwise,
We shall see, but thank you. Wake. Blue skin.
Yes.
Wake.
all
Thank
the-
you.
You are welcome, Chroma Gill. I'll be heading off to contact.
That seems like the right course of action.
If you guys need to get any provisions or anything, I'm
Morgan Coat and I will look for Big Purple.
We're on it.
You got one small problem though.
Morgan Coat. Why don't you show him to the market?
Aye, aye.
One small problem though. Both Micha and Valtara are scheduled to meet you in the same location.
Oh, this is a sitcom double date scenario.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Womp, 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 womp.
All right, I'll go see Big Purple. You talk to Meacham. Break it off nicely. We are friends.
Thank God I put a lot of points in charisma.
Actually, did you mention me when you were talking to either of them?
I just said the benefactor.
I frequently forget things I said the moment I say them, but I don't believe I mentioned you.
Excellent. If neither of them know what I look like, maybe me going would be easier to not let the other one in.
Why don't you take care of that? Chroma Gill and I will get some provisions for our quest.
All right, so Big Purple and what was the other one?
You never
Nifty
gave her-
Paw, something.
Yeah, you never gave her a nickname.
She seemed very serious and cat-like. She stealth pawed me. Stealth paw.
All right, I will go and talk to Big Purple then.
Good. He says, drinking some water from the nearby water installations that I know they have in this temple.
So you just
We
pick
do-
up the entire fucking like fountain and
No, he just dips like his hand in and just.
oh, so it's like
He
that
drinks through his hand.
Oh, dude, then it's like the fucking G virus where like the hand undulates as they walk. Like,
He's just very absorbent all over the place. He'll drink from
God,
whatever.
he's a regenerator.
From whatever limit needs.
oh, fucking gross. Nice. All right. So at this point, you two now have some time to go shopping to kind of like mitigate fluff, or if you absolutely want to. You have 50 gold from people screaming and throwing them at you because they're afraid of the giant mushroom man, and gold discs.
I have no idea what these shiny metals are for, but my senses indicate I don't want to wield them too much.
Well, you did just find out about currency like just yesterday.
I have learned how to purchase things. Take
And-
me to a store, Morgan Coat. I would like to take part in the tradition of
Commerce.
purchase, commerce, and such.
You guys have a great day with that one. I'll go figure this stuff out.
Perhaps we will find a sale. I don't know if it is for ships or for prices, but it is a thing I've been told to look for. Shall we go?
Yeah, we'll meet you at the docks.
All right.
All right then.
So, while you guys are deciding what you want to pick up, and I can tell you like how much it's going to take away from your cash and everything, we cut to you going over towards the local inn. Based on the description that they gave you, you are looking for an 8-foot tall, very scholarly-looking dinosaur lady.
That should be pretty easy to find. I'd assume.
Well, and it is. There is one eating a hearty breakfast of kale and lettuce, as she's just slowly eating her food and drinking her morning juice. There is someone else next to her who looks a little on the drunk side and is constantly poking and prodding at her. You don't hear the conversation just yet because you just walked in, but you are seeing someone heckle this woman as she's trying to eat.
All right. I'm going to wandering closer to this. Just kind of observe, see how she's handling herself against it.
Perception check.
That is a 9.
9. She looks like she's trying very, very hard, like, to just enjoy her meal, and she's, like, casually just, like, answering the guy's questions, who looks like he's kind of, like, asking her questions based on, like, what is she, who is she, like, they've never seen someone of her race before. Saurons are a new thing that only just happened after the Onrush started taking over the Northern Shores. So
this guy's more awkward than an asshole.
Yeah, it's more awkward than an asshole, but he is drunk and he's asking very bad questions. Like, you hear one question go, so, like, how many eggs have you laid or anything? And she just sits there very quietly and patiently and just goes, I used to have young, yes. They all died on the way down here. Well, I mean, like, it's good about that, right? I mean, you could just make more, can't you?
It's a really awkward way of hitting on someone. Wake's going to intercede about now. Hey, sir, are you feeling all right?
It is a dwarf who is asking all these questions. He's got 7 mugs of ale already all flushed out, and he's got the 8th one in his hand, like halfway through. His entire beard is just gushed with ale.
I heard that. Sorry, what was your name, sir? I've been sent here to look for somebody.
Flabler.
Flabler. Okay, somebody at the guild hall was looking for you. Something about a job.
What? Roll persuasion.
Deception, technically.
Oh, okay, you could play that too.
I mean, it doesn't matter. The same roll either way. Deception is a 16.
16. Let me roll against him because he has a disadvantage check. Oh boy. Oh, double boy. Okay. Well, job. I haven't. He just like grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you in. I haven't worked a job in 10 years.
I know. Somebody mentioned you specifically. I don't remember. It looked like some.
I can drink like the best of them. That's what they probably wanted me for.
Probably. They need somebody to test the incoming supply, I'm guessing.
His eyes beam open, and he just like he goes to turn to stand up off the stool, but he knocks Valtar's food off the table as he's flipping out.
Can I make a reflex or some form of dexterity check to try to catch all that food?
Go for it. Athletics then.
Athletics?
I mean, well, fucking Jesus, I apologize. Acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics check, much better. 26. Not that athletics is bad for me.
Yeah, you just catch the dish just before.
I Toby Maguired it.
Yeah, and meanwhile, there's Valtar, like, holding up her book and her fork, just like, whoa, like, just, like, rearing back a little bit.
Then I just set it back down. Yeah, you gotta get going.
All right, I gotta get going. Valtar, you see, like, the guy actually, trips and falls face first into the floor just behind Valtara, and you watch her tail kind of, like, shrink behind the stool.
I crack a small smile.
Well, it's not like he can't miss.
Fair enough. I take his stool as he wanders out.
Well, thank you very much. That was getting a little awkward.
No worries. Valtara?
Yes.
Good, you're the one I was looking for. You talked to 2 gentlemen yesterday. A man and one that was decisively not a man.
You mean the Mycadid fellow?
There's like that cartoon of like the 2 pigs sawing a log in Wake's head. Yes.
Knowledge check. Knowledge check with disadvantage.
I don't really need a disadvantage. That's an unnatural 0.
Yeah, it can't get any worse than that.
Just derp eyes.
She like waves her hand. She waves her giant hand in front of your face.
Maybe.
Tell me, was the one fellow wearing a red coat and sported a metal pipe and a 3-barreled pistol?
Yes, I feel like the other one is significantly more easier to describe, though.
All right, then you must be the benefactor they spoke of.
Not the word I'd use, but yes.
Well, I've been told that you wanted to keep this a very... She like looks left and right to make sure no one else is kind of like hearing in on this. You wanted to keep this a very low-profile situation because it's not something the guild has had in mind.
Probably. But yes, I just came to let you know to meet us at the docks in about let's say...
Well, the guild hall, because that's where Ziyaka's going to meet you.
Oh. Meet us at the guild hall in 1 hour.
I see. But, well, may I ask, though, if you wouldn't mind, sir, what is your name?
My name's Wake.
Well, all right, Mr. Wake. She, like, holds her hand out again to you, like Valtara.
Wake goes in for the handshake.
She grabs your hand. Like, when you look up at her to do the handshake, your entire nerves shoot. Again, because of Valtara's frightful appearance ability being a behemothkin, that gives her some, like you don't feel it. Like, she's not acting very intimidating to you, but just looking at her sheer size as it overshadows you, it's intimidating.
It's just that anime thing where, like, I'm in shadows and they just have those big white eyes looking down at you.
Yes.
Gotcha. Do I have to roll anything for that?
No, you do not. She's
Okay.
not intimidating you.
Awesome.
You would have had to if she was, and that gives her an advantage. She takes your hand, she shakes it, she returns to her food. Please tell me something very quickly, though, Mr. Wake. What is your stake in this? Why would you want to seek a way to quickly end this, and how can you do so?
I seek to protect those I care about and avenge those I've lost. As for how, that's not something I can discuss here.
She's gonna do a quick roll for something real quick. All right, well, she completely, like, 100% believes you. Like, she was just trying to see if she can get anything out of it by reading you. She's just like, well, I guess I feel that as well, though I tend to not want to say that this is for revenge. My husband and my 2 children were lost to the pirates to the north, and it may be selfish, but I seek to end it. And then continue my research where I left off. I actually have heard stories that there are more applicable dragons or more accommodating dragons in this side of the country.
Yeah, there are a few that I've met.
You have? Oh, she, like, begins feverishly, like, writing down shit. Like, that's fascinating. You see, I actually, before this all happened, me and my family were just coming down to this island. I'm originally from Dragon's Isle. Me and my family came down here so we could study dragons in their natural habitat. I'm seeking to find a way to cure Blotch.
Well, I think we met one that has that some time ago.
She just looks at you just like, you have?
Yeah, she went by the name of Woe. I believe she's with the military now, the Navy.
She doesn't know, like, that whole woe thing is just, like, goes over her head, but she's just now, like, writing down feverishly. She's like, that's astounding. I mean, I've worked with hatchlings that actually had blotch before.
Well, this one is significantly older from what I get. I don't really know.
Oh, well, that makes sense, sweetie.
dragons.
I'm, like, at least 800 years old.
Gotcha.
My people can live for at least a century.
I don't know how long mine live.
She looks you over. You actually watch as she, like, pulls from, like, a bandolier of books around her chest. She, like, looks you over.
I smile.
Oh, your kind lived to at least 120, maybe 150.
Oh, wow.
I've seen your race before.
What was it like?
What do you mean, dear?
Well, specifically my people.
Oh, well, they're usually a hunter-gatherer like race of people, at least the ones that live near us. They do us no harm. They're actually one of the few humanoid-like creatures that aren't, well, reptilian in nature that we've made converse with.
I haven't seen a lot of my people.
That would make sense. They're all mostly in the deep sea.
Yeah.
There are a few that have traveled or migrated to other countries to seek out life around the land dwellers. It's very rare, but it does happen.
Makes sense.
Though
maybe after all this is over, maybe I'll try to find some.
Well, hopefully when all this is over and the seas are a lot more calmer, they will maybe make themselves a lot more known this time around.
Maybe.
Well, in any case, Mr. Wake, I thank you for at least deciding that I was worthy to at least assist you in this situation. And I will see you at the guild hall then.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go catch up with my companions.
All right.
I throw up my hood and walk out. Also, I leave probably 5 gold on the table because I'm assuming that dwarf didn't pay his tab.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't move. He actually was on the floor sleeping.
Then I step down off of him. Oh man, he's gonna miss his job. Did I make that up?
All right, so you two are now at the shop. You're now in the marketplace. If you want to fluff something, go ahead. But at this point, I'm just like, hey, do you want to buy anything?
Chroma would just be looking at things on shelves and just like touching them or moving them with very little sense of, ownership or concept of like, break it, you buy it kind of thing. So he's just rummaging through things, just like kind of mumbling them to himself, just kind of like these curiosities that these people find so fascinating. Who would spend money on this? Like just kind of like holding things, just unsure of why you buy things in the first place and what necessitates them.
You are currently right now at a farmer's market stall.
Great.
So there are a bunch of radishes and other mushrooms and all kinds of other shit you're sifting through right now.
These are things that just live. They aren't perched.
They are not living. They are dead. You pick up one mushroom. It is not responding.
Friend? No. He sets it down. Alas, he is an unenlightened one. Redcoat, why have you taken me here?
I'm so glad I set this up.
Give me a second.
Okay. Well, Chroma, we need to get supplies for our journey. It's going to be a bit of a while till we get to our destination. Do you need sustenance? I'm not familiar with your kind.
I like to absorb nutrients from the surrounding dirt. And perhaps absorb water nearby.
So he doesn't need rations.
Okay, so rations for 3 instead of 4. Got it.
Unfortunately for Valtar, there is one little stipulation for her being so large.
That's right.
She has to eat double the amount of food.
So
Food requirements.
rations for 4 then.
Make
Yep.
up for my lack of them.
Also, she's apparently a consummate herbivore.
Hey, Chroma, since you are of the plant kin, can you tell which of this produce is fresher?
That would be a nature check. Or a survival check of your choice.
Let's do a survival check.
And I will give you advantage because you have lots of experience in this realm.
That would be true.
The freshest ingredients for this fine quest.
Yep.
19.
19? Well, apart from the fact that all of these plants are dead, they look like they've been preserved very well and almost look like, well, yeah, they're very well preserved. A lot of the food here looks of fine quality, and with the proper, restoration or the proper, requirements used to actually grow things, you could actually remake an entire section of farmland out of these food.
I regret to inform you, Morgan, that these are dead. However, as far as dead things go, they seem to be in quite a good condition.
You watch as a small little goblin woman just takes her broom, hey, you break it, you buy it.
Ah! Is this part of purchasing? Is a strike from a stick part of a buying process?
No. In markets, normally you judge the quality of an item with your eyes, not your hands.
Kind of looks at his hands, looks at the woman, and just kind of puts his hands back and just steps away from the thing. Points at Morgan. He has not sneezed on her, so he can't talk to her, and he has seen people react negatively to that, so he's becoming more and more shy about doing it to strangers.
I apologize about that, ma'am.
Well, your construct is rather strange.
He's learning. Yeah, so we're gonna need rations for 4.
Oh, well, very well. Why don't you just eat him?
You don't
Takes
wanna
offense
eat
to
him.
that, but is not going to quite fight back on it.
Well, remember, it takes you half a day to express one emotion.
So it's like, you don't want to eat that.
Yeah, he looks a little misshapen and surly. But anyway, I do. Well, how long is your journey?
You know we're heading to the Emerald Coast.
Emerald Canal.
Yeah, you're heading to the Emerald Canal, which is just a little bit of ways away from South Zealous.
And that's where we'll be on boat, but then we're on land for
then on until you go to Avast, which is into the swamplands.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Okay. 15?
15. With a proper ferry, you can be at the canal probably within 3 days.
So to compensate for that, maybe.
And also, like, if it's going to be a 3-day trip, a ferry most likely is going to have food and provisions for you.
With the proper ferry and all that, I suppose about.
It is going to be a day's travel to the next town over to get to a ferry.
Let's just go with an even 3 days worth of rations.
Oh, very well. Well, if you just need normal rations, I have these packets here. It comes with jerky, some preserved vegetables, a little bit of a balance between all kinds of things, and she gives you the 4 packets. That'll be 15 gold for each.
For each, so I think my strong suit, 15 for carry the.
I do have something stronger if you would like. I do have, for 50, I have 1 package that can last for at least 5 days.
Let's do that.
All right. But that's just 1 packet.
So let's do.
And you
So
only have
15.
200 gold.
Okay. Let's do 3 regulars and 1 large.
All right. She does so.
So
And
40,
how
50, that's 95.
she holds out her grubby little hands.
Yeah. I know how this works. Hands her the
She
95.
grins when you say that.
Hands her the 95.
Chroma is just like watching this happen, like just observing, just very seriously as the money changes hands.
I just imagine now, like, you know, like in like what's the fuck is the film? The film like you got served. You got guys in the background like on their legs kneeling, like, yeah.
Just basically a very studious look, and as soon as the money exchanges hands, just like a like a realization, like, oh, that's how it works.
So you guys now have your rations. That was just for fluff's sake. If
Yeah.
there's anything else you would like to purchase yourselves, by all means, tell me.
Well, what about you?
Chroma is want for nothing at the moment.
Okay, I need to make a stop at either at a blacksmith or a forge master.
There's one nearby.
There's one nearby. I'm gonna make a pit
You
stop
actually,
there.
as you walk in, you kind of like open the door and you accidentally bump into someone. You watch as a very tall and lanky seagull with a rifle kind of like turns around and looks at you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a long line.
Yeah, it's I kind of figured. It's first time of the morning. Sorry. It's been a
Is this
long
man
day.
attacking you?
No, it's all good. We're just in line. Do you know what waiting in line is? I know y'all congregate in a group.
The concept of waiting, I understand. I have also been in lines before. I think I can put this together.
That's
Yes, I understand now.
This is-
What are we waiting for?
day 2 in a row. Okay.
So you're like, it takes a couple of minutes. You
Yeah.
finally get up to the row. The seagull woman puts her rifle on the table, and the one guy like is like rifling through a couple of other like rounds and bullets and starts giving them to her. But you see that she's arguing over price with the guy. Like he constantly goes back and forth. Like it's like a 5-minute battle between her and the shopkeeper, who's just an average human. They're arguing. She finally settles on 200 gold for 4 cylinders of firing rounds.
Luckily, that's not what I'm going in there for.
Yep. So she gets out of line. She's mumbling and grumbling to herself as she's like adjusting her stuff and walks out of line. She looks over to you and just like mutters, "Good luck with this one."
Duly noted.
The human, now you walk up to him at the counter. Yeah, what can I help you with?
Morgan looks a little bit out of his sorts. Kind of scoots the right flap of his red coat and pulls out his longsword.
Right.
From the good old days, his Phoenix Squadron longsword. It's bloodstained and nasty and ragged. Hasn't used it in years.
I could clean that, buddy, but at the same time, it's like I'm afraid that might be rusted into the metal.
I might need a new one.
Oh, well, we got plenty of that.
Something a little bit better.
Oh, we got plenty of that. He like walks over to the side. He like shows you like a row of very nicely made, like way better condition than your sword, but like just an average row of like different swords. Some with longer necks, some with more comfortable hilts, some with some that actually look like they're made out of bone on the hilt, but then transform into metal, and the craftsmanship is actually very well made.
Now, just because I don't want to waste your time, my budget is capped out at 100.
Oh, well, if you just want a standard one, I can pop you at 60.
60? What can I get with 100?
He can probably make it +1 if you give him 150.
Does he say 150?
Yes.
Oh, hold fast. Kind of undulates his arm and pulls out a pile of 50 gold. Will this help you, Redcoat Morgan?
I don't even want to know where you hid that.
Those coins smell nasty.
Oh, those coins smell really bad. Shut up.
He places the coins on the counter and points at them, and then points to Morgan. Just kind of does a back and forth motion.
Are you sure?
And then puts his hands on his
That is
on his hips very proudly.
The human looks to you and then looks to the coins and looks back to you. That is an abnormally large coin purse you have walking with you.
Winks.
You know he can hear that, right?
She recognizes my value for my coin holding. She is quite wise.
I like that he's constantly getting the genders.
Okay.
Well,
150?
150 will make it masterwork.
All right. Here, let's do it.
All right, you got a +1 sword. That's a +1 to your attack rolls and a +1 to your
To the damage?
to the damage. Yes.
Okay. One and...
I'm still not sure why your people love these pesky metals, but I am happy to be rid of them.
They felt weird in my flaps.
Warden and Myconid. He is not a fan of metal in any way.
Yep.
Can you just do me a quick favor? I noticed at the bottom of the hilt there's space for a gem. I already have the gem provided. I take out the gem from the bottom of his old sword. Can you fit this on there?
He just pulls out a little bit of a saw.
Pleasure doing business with you.
All right.
All right, Chroma Gill, let's go.
Lead the way!
All right, you guys meet up at the guild hall. Valtara meets up like probably 10, 15 minutes later. She's like looking left and right. Everyone in the entire vicinity now turns and looks to her. And when they first see her, again, that frightful presence ticks. Just, oh. She just looks to you like, I know, I get that a lot. I'm sorry.
When I got here, was I able to find Ziaka?
No, you probably have to go up to the front desk and ask for that.
All right. I note that my companions have gotten here, and then I would go and inquire.
All right. With that, a couple of minutes go by. The secretary kind of just like meanders her way over and opens up the door and lets you guys inside to go into a private chamber.
All right, here we go.
All right. You walk into a familiar room. You've been in here loads of times. This is like a small little dark area that's a private room for people to have a little bit of a conversation and just get their plans out of the way. The guild provides these rooms all the time. You know about this. You've never seen this. It's just super dark in here, but that doesn't bother you since you're a mushroom, so dark and damp
Yeah, I was
is your
gonna say,
deal.
I'm into it.
Yep. Good mood lighting.
Is this a date?
He has no concept of that.
I know.
Not canon.
All right.
You can't ship Chroma Gill yet.
You go into the room. There's the woman kind of just like lets you guys go to a seat and sit down and wait for Ziaka to show up. Though the concept of a seat for you is rather strange. You've seen humans and other creatures in that other room previously are sitting down in locations.
He kind of just sort of bends himself into what he thinks is a sitting position, which is more of a kind of like hunched over on his knees.
Roll performance.
16. Ooh. I'm a pretty good sitter, turns out.
Yep, you are sitting on nothing, apropos, by the way.
Okay, he's miming as if sitting in a chair, but there is no
But the chair is right next to him.
Oh god, it's like that anime of the guy who still sits in position when they kick the chair from under him.
Yep.
He's just
With that, Ziaka slithers her way in. She takes a look to the rest of the party and looks over to Wake.
Wake stands up when she comes in.
Well, thank you so much for at least heeding my call, and I'm certain your companions here will be all right with this mission.
They seem to be down for it.
Chroma nudges Wake. 3 Snake was right.
Nope, she's not. She does not have the 3 snakes. They are
Okay,
hidden in her
they are
robe.
not revealed.
They're not
Fair
revealed.
Oh,
Then
Remember, she told you
hold
she
on to
doesn't
that
like
bit.
revealing them.
gotcha.
So you only see the one head.
Is this 3 Snake? It does not make sense.
Yeah, This is Chroma. He's from the forests.
Everyone in this room can now understand me if they weren't already.
There's now new developments from Red discerning there's more to be feared about this Lord Resp.
So what's Red been up to?
Red has been spying on Resp this entire time. She's out in the open seas actually doing reconnaissance on their ship, and there's more to it than I feared. Resp is not the only one.
What do you mean, not the only one? Like, there's more?
Remember when I told you that the Collective One had felt the presence of a fiend?
Yeah.
We feared it was just Resp, but no, there was more than that. I fear that what information that was taken from the Collective One was a conversation between someone else. And Red has told me it was Garlux, someone bigger, better, stronger, and that is our Baylor demon.
well shit.
Does this have anything to do with that creature that we saw when back on Jahal we fought Victor and
The Abyssal are a symptom of the curse. It is part of the northern seas that is trickling into the southern.
okay, so that thing we saw through the portal had nothing to do with this. Gotcha. Or do they?
The portal?
Yeah.
Which one are we talking about?
I'm talking about the one that we shoved Victor into and that the Collective One just slam jammed back, like something back into its hole.
Oh yeah, no, she's talking about the Abyssal. They're a symptom. They're not the grand opening, like kind of like how the vampires were working, and they're like a symptom, so was the Abyssal. That was like plan A for causing chaos. The vampires were plan B. So if
that one seemed to
if the
work.
vampires weren't going to, if the Abyssal wasn't going to be the ones to take down Eberkal's tower, it was the vampires were plan B.
It's a pretty good plan B. Anyway, so there's another big demon that we also have to worry about now.
No, it's not. Well, he's more of the voice, whereas Resp is more of the action.
Gotcha.
So you're not. She's pretty much telling you that Garlux isn't going to be your threat as of right now. It looks like Resp is going to be your biggest threat at this point, because he's the one who's actually initiating action and attacks, whereas Garlux is just there overseeing everything.
Perhaps Garlux is a puppet master to this Resp.
Yep.
Essentially.
Well, remember she also said
Always two there are.
yeah, always two there are.
No more, no less.
She is stating that Resp is more like he's more tiefling than he is Baylor, but he has a piece of like Garlux in him.
Okay.
So he's like the hand.
Yeah, Garlux is the hand, whereas Resp is the puppet.
Well, either way, it seems we have to start where we're going to start.
And I do believe that time is of the essence, so I do know that ferry will be the most convenient way for you to travel in the fastest time, yes?
Wake looks back down at his hand. Yeah, swimming isn't exactly an option anymore.
Indeed. Our convoy was actually held back here for quite some time. However, I have heard whispers throughout the guild that there is one ferry in a... Let me get my info so I do not get this wrong. Because... Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, just want to
No
make sure
worries.
I get my info right. All right. She has heard that there is one ferry that is actually like sneaking people to the canal and going back. Though it is a very, very hard push to get into it, though that's what you guys are going to have to figure out what to do, but it is the next town over called Vesa Bay. Vesa Bay is a small port town that has been having a little bit of issues with illness since that South Zealous has kind of like put a halt on a lot of ships going in and out. A plague kind of has rose. Not something that's crippling. It's enough to keep like at bay, but it's enough to kind of like stop day-to-day converse here and there.
Okay.
Vesa Bay is a day's travel away from here, or maybe a half day if you speed up the process. If you're looking for the ship, you're going to be looking for a ship called the Oscuro. I will spell that for you. Oscuro. That is the only ship in port that can be bribed to actually take you to the canal.
Does this ship have a captain that we know of that I can look for?
Unfortunately, that as much as the only thing that I know or was able to gather information of from my convoy is that this Oscuro is the only ship that will allow passage. How, why, and everything else in between, I do not know.
He just looks down. I miss my rowboat. Also, safe oceans.
Well, that is what we fight for, Wake, to get that back for us.
All right. Well, I suppose if we're all prepared, we should probably get moving as soon
She
as
grabs your
possible.
hand quickly, and she looks to you, like very seriously. Do not show the tick to anyone. You are to keep this hidden. If anyone who is a spy for Resp knows of the tick, the wrath of the entire Northern Sea will be upon you.
So no pressure then.
No pressure. She smiles and lets go of you.
Let out,
But
a,
that's
little, let
pressure,
out a
but
little bit
she
of
looks-
steam from my gills. Psst.
Yeah, but she like looks to you and just goes, but that's not pressure you are not accustomed to, Wake. As
Yeah.
you and I both know.
Yeah. Not our first rodeo, I guess, huh?
I know this is a heavy burden, but you're the only person I could think of to at least do this task. Or at least to find someone who's willing to put an end to this. One who isn't filled with bureaucracy and stuck in their own ways, that protection more than action is an acceptable loss for everything around them.
Well, we'll get this done.
Would it be perception, investigation, or insight for Chroma to try and see how everyone is taking this news?
Insight. Who are you doing it towards, though?
17. He is looking at strong purple right now. He wants to see how she feels about all this.
She is biting the bottom of her lip super hard right now. She's harboring some kind of anger hearing the name Resp over and over again. Like she now has a name attached to all the fucking bullshit that has ruined her life.
Okay.
Like she is getting more and more information that is getting her a bit closer to getting back at the person who killed her entire family.
All right. Chroma is attempting to somewhat mimic, but not absolutely, but sort of just her like stance and posture.
Yeah,
Your
so-
face is just warbling.
Yeah, just trying to be like if she seems angry or like tense, like he is trying to mimic that in order to fit in with the group. You must match the other biggest one in order to.
Yeah, she turns and now
gauge
looks
the
to you
room.
and notices that you are slouching down, just like, and twinging, and she's like, "Oh, what?" She like pats you on the shoulder.
Am I doing this right?
Huh?
Yeah, everyone can hear that.
This seems to be very big news for flesh people, and I want to make sure I am giving it its proper gravity. He kind of just hunches over. I am perturbed by this news.
You'd be a gem at the Bard College, buddy.
Thank you.
She like pats you on the shoulder. She's like, "You're doing fine." She that actually calmed her a little bit, like seeing the levity like being taken away from that.
So, what are you going to be doing all this time, Ziaka?
I was going to be going to South Zealous, but I fear that because of the seas and because of the Navy's grip on how things are going with ships, I am stuck here until they send an envoy to greet me. And I think that probably is for the best. I can be in a lot more correspondence with Red or anyone else so long as I'm around them. And I feel a location filled with nothing but adventurers is a little bit more safer than taking it out and walking onto the road. I apologize once again for any misgivings nature will or the roads will give you on your way.
Oh. You have no control over that. But if you're looking for I know you probably already have a place to stay, but if you want to stop by the temple sometime, I'm sure Nedra would love to see you.
Oh, she's actually I've heard of her teachings, but I did not know of the location, and it actually would be nice to see how she's doing.
Yeah, she's come a long way. She's gotten a lot of that anger under control now. She's doing good.
And I think it would be wise if I actually kept an eye on her.
I mean, that's not what I was saying, but I don't disagree.
With Resp and Garlux drawing near, it would be wise for someone to keep an eye on her.
And it can't be me now. I'm counting on you, Ziaka.
I will do my best.
All right, everybody.
Yes, she will.
See? 3 snake.
You are correct.
Yeah, like she, like even Valtar is taken back, just like, whoa! She like ducks the heads back into her robe.
Morgan, what'd you get us into? Shut up, Elric. Elfric, fuck, you two are confusing me.
That is a fascinating physiology. Very impressive, 3 snake. He looks at Wake.
Wake gives him a thumbs up.
All right. Well, at this point, you guys, if you have any other last preparations you'd like to do, like if it's fluff-wise, we should probably speed it up. But if it's anything in particular for your for the trials ahead, it would be best to start getting going.
Wake already said his goodbyes last episode.
Anything you guys want to do?
Chroma is here along for the ride, so if he would not have much business to conclude.
I'm good. Rations for everyone. Got myself properly equipped. So, yeah, let's do this.
All right, we should probably hit the road.
All right. As you're leaving town, Morgan and Chromagil, I need you to roll a perception check.
Wake throws up his Johnny Dark Souls hood.
Natural 20.
All right.
9.
9. All right, Chromagil, you don't see this. You see Micha waiting at the front of the bar you guys are walking past.
Oh, shit.
What?
Option.
You see her enough that she doesn't notice you just yet. You're down the street. You can see her sitting there.
Do you see the tabaxi up ahead near the entrance of the bar?
Roll stealth.
Oh, if I'm rolling stealth, and I'm doing significantly better. Stealth is a 24.
Yep. You are. She's not noticed you yet.
I'm incognito, and she doesn't know who the fuck I am.
That was option B.
Should we go a street over and...
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you rolled good. You rolled good stealth. Now I gotta roll for you guys. Gotta roll, and I also
And our dinosaur lady.
yeah, and your dinosaur friend.
She does not know the dinosaur was a candidate.
True.
So I'm not like, while she would stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, but
yes.
at the same time, you guys are just ducking into the street, and she's just like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Yeah, we're kind of Beatlesing it, walking in a group. 16.
13.
Valtara is just like looking left and right and looks at you guys. She's just like, "What are you guys doing?" Like she says loudly, but like again, it's just her standing in the middle of the street.
Just taking a shortcut.
Let me roll for Micha. Micha now sees the giant dinosaur lady looking into the street, yelling into the alleyway, but doesn't know what she's yelling at.
So there you go.
Let's go.
Just taking a shortcut.
Miguel is just doing as he's
Scenic
bid
route.
by his new companions. Still unsure of why they're hiding, but it's just like, okay, sure. As you ask.
All right. Valtar just looks down the street and just goes, the gate's right there.
Wake continues walking.
Okay.
Just come on. Come on.
Valtar.
Come along, strong purple. The Fleshwalkers have said this is the way we must go.
Very well. She follows you without question. You look like you all have seen a ghost.
I will explain later.
All right. Roll one more stealth as you turn the other corner towards the gate.
Oh, shit. 11.
17.
Natural 20.
What'd you roll?
11?
All right, let me roll for Val.
I'm not used to adding anything
I mean,
to stealth
Val's not walking with stealth. She's just like, she finds it odd and silly that we're
just
even doing this in
following.
the first place. Micha, by 1 point, does not notice Morgan fumbling.
It's the classic cartoon of a character looking down, something noisy happens behind them, they turn around just too late.
You duck behind a stall, and there's Grammy in the stall, like in the cupboard, looking at you.
Oh, Grammy, I'm gonna be leaving town for a little bit here. Do you have anything like good for the road?
Leaving, he says. Shuts the cabinet.
I was gonna buy something, you know. Okay,
Sure really scares me, Morgan.
I'm gonna miss her.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, thank God.
You know her.
Yeah.
That was a sea hag you just fucking witnessed. A very powerful looking sea hag.
And technically, like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, there's some sort of contract. Like,
You take care of my husband or I'll kill you.
that's the word she uses. I don't really think it means the same thing in, like, normal.
Marriage is beautiful.
Can we please just go?
Yeah, sure.
Micha turns and looks to you. You're married?
I guess.
How do you guess about
Valtar.
Valtar? Yeah, I
You
apologize.
actually almost scared me. I was like,
She heard that? I didn't sneeze on her.
Oh, hi, who are you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Val turns to you and just goes, "You're married?" How
just
do you,
scream and freeze frame.
Well, it was weird. It was. See, there was a competition long ago, and I regale them about the the competition for Grammy in order to get her services aboard our ship. And as we're walking out the gate, but now that we don't have a ship, I don't really know what the real deal is.
Chroma, as you turn around and look towards the back to see if you were followed or anything, you see Grammy kind of just like stand up from the cabinet, curl backwards, and spider walk on all fours into the alleyway.
She seems like a being I've never encountered before. You have very fascinating people you have met.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
You and your ghost feel that will not be the last you see of her.
Oh, Morgan, I don't like how this is going. Oh, me too.
All right.
Let's see. Vesa Bay is actually Wake's a really good navigator. I don't even need to fuck with that.
Yeah, at this, like, it's one road and you're going to the town over, so it's not like it's very difficult. So, with that, you guys take off. It is now 9 o'clock in the morning. You are now on the
We
road.
had a really early day.
Yeah, you're now, well, Sheldon made sure you woke up in the ass crack of dawn.
Wake probably gets up in general, just at a good time.
No, it's
He has
just
healthy living habits.
it's just him.
I'm not entirely
him
sure
picking
Chroma
up it by the
sleeps.
tail and just whapping you like, wake up,
Ah.
feed this thing and get your friends ready. Hello,
Where have you been?
places.
All right, dumps a bucket of honey. And that is the way Wake started his morning.
begins. As he bathes in honey. Autumn begins.
Yeah, Wake would have moved all of its stuff over into Nedra's room. Nedra will take care of it while Wake is gone.
He just walks out like an amoeba of honey, just like rolls out. So you are now on the road. It's a pleasant day. Nice crisp breeze. The sun's out. There are a lot of palm trees about. You're hearing tropical birds off in the distance. You're coming up now on in a part of the road where you're starting to see like the pathway is starting to move upwards, and you're going uphill enough that you can see cliff sides and a sudden drop towards a beach towards the other side. So at this junction, you now have a choice between two routes. You can either take the left path, which takes you deeper into the jungle, or you can take a right path that takes you down into the shoreline.
Well, Wake likes the shoreline, just as he is.
Chroma will point at the jungle. The shadows and darkness seems like a good way to go. That's safe, correct? Darkness, places to hide.
Valtar this whole time has just been like writing down everything she's seeing. Like she is very invested in just continuously writing in what seems to be a journal of hers, as opposed to the other textbooks that are just giant books of information.
From this road, can I see like it's going to be approximately a day's journey either way. So
Yeah.
is there something I can roll to kind of like guess what might be the shorter or more efficient route?
Roll me a survival check.
Okay. Survival, that is a 16.
You don't really feel there's much of a difference. Like one, you're just gonna get shade from the sun. The other one, you're just walking near the beach line, the beach's shores. The only thing that you can feel that might be faster is walking through on a road that actually exists. They both go in the same direction. The beach just does not have a road in which you walk on.
All right. You know, Chroma, you're new here, so yeah, we'll head that way.
Splendid. The shade will be great. He's just excited to be out of direct sunlight.
Yeah. All right, we start traveling down the jungle path.
All right, sounds good. I need everyone to roll me a con save as the moisture hits you so hard you actually feel your weight of your clothes drop on you.
With my control over the elements, is there can I get an advantage on this one by
Just roll it for now because
Okay.
it's more just for flavor at this point. If it continues to be a hindrance, I'll allow it.
Gotcha. All right. Just a constitution save, you
Save.
said? Okay. 16.
19. 5 for you.
A 5?
Just a flat 5.
Morgan, the mist hits you like a ton of bricks to the point where your entire clothes are sogging and you actually feel it give extra weight.
Oh God.
Chin up, soggy coat. The moisture will do you good.
Let me roll for Valtara.
Drink it in.
Oh, yeah. Valtara's just sitting there like, nothing's wrong. And meanwhile, her head's touching the baseline of the canopy.
It's been a while since I swam. This is close enough.
God, I haven't been in this environment in a long time.
We'll prepare for a lot of it.
Hooray!
Onward!
I'm
right.
glad you enjoy this as well. Hooray indeed.
What is the positioning of everyone right now? Who is taking front? Who is taking back?
I think, Wake has always kind of been the navigator, so I guess he'd be in the lead here.
Okay.
I would follow right behind him. He is just curious about
Middle
the
of the
adventure.
line.
Middle of the line. So Valtar, you're leaving the back to Valtara. All right.
A big old caboose.
Wake's just walking with his trident as kind of like a walking stick.
Okay. Valtara kind of like just grabs Morgan by the shoulder.
Oh.
Just she keeps walking, but she just goes. You don't hear that? Roll a perception check.
5 again.
5 again. You hear nothing but birds screaming and insects just about and the rustling of trees in the wind.
And probably really loud footsteps from Chroma and Val.
Yep.
Whomp, whomp, whomp.
Just kind of like sticky, mushy sounding feet and big old dinosaur stamps.
Valtar, I can barely hear myself think.
That's unfortunate. I don't feel like this road feels right.
Something going on back there.
Apparently Valtar is hearing something. I can't hear shit.
Would you guys
I'll
like to
roll
roll a
perception.
perception check?
17.
17. You hear birds. You hear the trees. Everyone kind of like stop now at this point. They're trying to listen to what's going on. You're just hearing a lot of like natural sounds. Though there is noise that almost sounds like something big is moving in the trees above you. Every time you look in that direction towards where you think the sound is coming from, it produces no results.
That is odd. Are there are these like these are like jungle trees, right? Do they have like branches?
Yeah, you're looking at like there's like vines actually growing from them, so like the canopy's kind of like blocked a little bit. Like there's some sunlight coming in, more on the road than actually off into the distance. But if you were to go off the path, you're gonna go into lush jungle where like sunlight barely shines through.
I guess I was asking if I looked up into these trees, would these trees say be something that would Naruto characters would travel through, just jumping from branch to branch.
You mean like the trees are the trees capable of holding something big?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. These vines are very, very thick and very lush.
All right, well, keep your wits about you.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, right now you actually do see a couple of lemurs jumping around.
Also, if any of those like get somewhere good, they might be good eating later. I don't really know though. Never tried one.
Oh, well, that will be good news for you, I suppose. As for me, you see like Val like look over to the side and looks at a giant fern.
Yeah, your food's a lot easier to catch. We continue walking.
How does Chroma feel about that as Valtar just rips nature out of the earth and starts eating it?
Creatures must consume other creatures to survive. I have understood this in my many years of living. Speaking of... Wake points at the lemurs moving by. You say you eat those?
I mean, I could.
Understood. Doesn't do anything, but he just notes that.
Target acquired.
Maybe.
I can eat lots of things.
Well, should something you wish to hunt be specifically desired by you, I have the ability to charm animals towards us. So do not be afraid.
That is good to know. I like that. Done most of my hunting just on my own.
All right. If you guys continue to walk for another like hour or so, Valtara looks off into the distance, grabs Morgan once again and points in the direction. She actually rolled a nat 20, so she was able to actually catch a little bit of what's going on. You see the back end of a shadow disappear into the trees.
Huh?
Yeah, something's up here.
Both of you roll perception check once more.
That's a 21.
16.
I rolled a nat 1, so once again...
Falls out of the tree.
No, nothing falls out of the tree. You see a silhouette of something in the tree look at you and then dive into the canopy.
Hi. Oh.
It didn't look humanoid, it looked feral in nature.
You all right? Up there.
Chroma starts moving towards where the disturbance is.
Same with Wake.
Just starts walking off the path, if that's what that means. Because he has no sense of this.
Yeah, Wake's more curious than anything.
All right. I need you to roll me a con save if you're walking into the brush.
You got it. 15.
15. You halt yourself just as you're about to walk through. You stop halfway, push the tree to the side, and then step back. And then remove your hand just as quickly. You like look at your hand and you watch as the plant that you were touched was poison.
Be wary of these plants!
You did not contract whatever was the sap of the tree or the sap of the plant that you have grazed on has produced. But you do like immediately like you're just like, oh wait, no, that's poison shit.
These plants are very harmful. Quite poisonous indeed. Please be wary.
You look at the plant that he's talking about, and roll me a nature check.
I feel like that's more his game, but we'll do this.
Well, if anyone wants to roll nature,
It's not a bad roll, but I'm pretty stupid.
Yeah, I'm not.
12.
12?
Yeah.
You've seen some people in the, you've seen some folks in the camp who actually are part of a druid circle. Not a camp, the town who are part of a druid circle, actually use these to catch plants. These are carnivorous plants, and they produce sticky little membranes on little leaves of them, and every time something touches that membrane, it closes on top of them.
Oh, I think I fought something like this before.
It seems very scary.
Don't you live in the forest?
Yes, but this seems angry. It does not like other plants.
That is odd. Plant-eating plants.
Unusual indeed. I would avoid it. Just keeps kind of like not touching it, but like, you know, doing the
So,
I'm not touching you
Valtar
dance
just looks
around
to you,
it.
So I suppose that means we just stay on the road and be a little bit more perceptive.
I guess so. Hey, whatever's out there, like, we're not trying to hurt you, just traveling through.
No response.
Just so we're clear.
You see like a little red-headed macaw kind of just like wander his way over the branch, poop on your hand.
Memories.
Does this please you? Should you eat it?
Valtar looks over to you. Dear, I don't believe eating the feces of another creature is actually a wise idea for some creatures like us.
Bats are okay.
Understood.
What are bats?
They're these cave-dwelling creatures that are, like, they're small and fuzzy. They also have wings.
Well, fuzzy is a little something strange and new to my people. We are on an island that is mostly inhabited by reptile creatures.
Wait, flicks all the shit off his hand. All right.
She actually like looks left and right, dips her finger in the shit, and puts it in a little test tube and starts writing.
Okay, you have fun with that. All right. I guess we'll keep moving.
But then she like looks at her book, and she's like, "Oh no, that's actually not good." She puts the book away. Her hand is covered in ink. The moisture is dripping into the pages. Everyone roll a con save one more time.
That's better.
24.
Modified 20.
16.
Okay. You guys feel the moisture of the mist rolling in feel way more heavier than it used to as you keep going deeper into the woods.
Oh, it's so moist.
It's not super terrible enough that like, oh, like maybe like relieving one layer of clothing on your commoner's clothes, not your actual equipment, will make this feel a lot better. Mm-hmm. But that is something you're gonna have to worry about going in forward, is that this mist feels heavy.
Wake enjoys it. He's a waterbender.
You are now stepping on the road. Every time you take a step down this path, your feet are now getting into more like mud instead of just actual dirt.
Yeah.
The trees are now dripping giant droplets of water down on top of you, enough that like it actually, if it hits you on the shoulder, and you actually feel your entire arm jerk with it.
They are like buckets falling off of these trees.
Pretty much, it's like when someone puts a bucket over a door and you open it up and it falls on you.
I can manipulate up to a pound of it if it tries to hit me.
Yep. Though, I would like anyone who would like to attempt to do this, one person only, to do an investigation check.
Not me. Me dumb.
I'll look into it.
You could.
I trust Chroma Gill.
Yeah. You could also allow Valtar to do so as well.
Why? She's all book learned and
Let me
actual
look
smart.
Let me look at her investigation.
She has a +4 to intelligence. I think that beats all of us.
It most definitely does, but that won't stop Chroma Girl if you guys don't tell her to do it soon.
All right.
Somebody should investigate this. Go, Chroma.
I am on it. The best roll possible. All right, so a
Excellent.
natural 1, and I have no bonuses whatsoever anyway, so it doesn't work out regardless. So he's investigating the wrong direction.
Okay. Let me roll something.
Sure, go for it.
Natural wonders.
Let's see how severe this gets.
Oh, yeah, you're actually right. I should be rolling with the D100.
I play fair. I'll remind you.
No, it's fine. Because if I rolled a 20, it still would have worked the same way anyway. Okay. Minor severity.
Okay.
Chromagill, you notice that there is something kind of like crawling on one of the trees. It might be one of your perpetrators, so you head towards it and try to stop it. You grab onto the tree, and you actually watch as a lot of things start skittering up into the tree, but they're going so fast, you don't catch what they are.
These trees are covered in small creatures. They may be the assailants we seek. Just kind of shakes the tree a little.
Okay.
They are very, very persistent.
Okay, that's fine. With that, you do not notice anything. Very well. You may
Cool.
continue on.
Perfect.
However, I will say you are now losing 2 HP.
Okay.
Like he's just juggling balls of water.
All right, I'm going to roll for Valtar to see if she finds it. She looks down on the floor, and she kind of like hesitates to step down where she was moving. She looks behind her and looks over to the front.
So
I've never seen a creature with these kind of tracks before. What are they? She points to a track on the floor.
Wake looks at the track on the floor.
You don't really need to worry too much about rolling for it.
Oh.
It looks like a hoof print.
Is it a familiar hoof print?
No, it's like an actual horse.
Oh, okay. That. Has Wake ever seen a horse?
We've ridden horses, haven't we?
I don't. Think
No.
No,
Wake has
no,
ridden a
he never
horse.
did. So shit, you are actually the wrong person to be talking about this.
That is. God, that's way bigger than a deer. I was a deer once. I would know.
I'm just gonna safely assume since Morgan was a mercenary for the
Yeah, you've
military,
seen horses.
those are horses. That's a horse track.
Oh, like those fire things.
Are you talking about a nightmare?
That's what they were called. Yeah, there was a zoo. There was Nedra liked them.
Are you experiencing discomfort and sleep with your nightmares, human?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Also, not really human, but thank you.
Mortal?
I guess.
It's like one of those, but without the fire.
Oh, that's mundane.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Morgan, you see that this is a carriage wheels also in the tracks as well. It looks like this is a fresh trail of a caravan walking this way, or at least a wagon.
Well, looks like we had a caravan go by. These are. Oh.
It's a spider.
Spider.
Oh.
boy. Sorry.
That's
Making a
right.
friend.
No, it's all right.
Here you go.
Chromagill, you are now losing 2 HP again.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any sort of like sensation to go with this? Is it like pain? Is he like feeling kind of sore or achy or weakened or anything like that?
Unfortunately, due to the roll that you made, I can't tell that.
All right.
Hey, Chromagill, you doing all right? You're looking a little kind of wobbling over there.
Nothing seems to be amiss.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Okay.
17.
17.
Stroke my mutton chops.
Well, of course, no one could tell because everyone was looking at Chromagill from the floor. Whereas Chromagill is a tall boy. Something kind of peeked over the hood of his entire head and then ducked away.
Ah, you are admiring my pretty gills, of which I am named. Yes, they reflect light, and it just looks so pretty.
No, stupid. There's something on your head. Now that's rude, Elrin.
It's called my cap.
No, idiot.
You put your finger on the top of your head and you feel something wriggle inside your cap.
Something is amiss. Just starts shaking wildly, sending spores all over the place, mind you.
Oh no.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you wriggling like that, I need you to roll me a con save with disadvantage.
Oh no. Okay.
And we have a full day's journey.
I'm gonna say this is like half the day at this
Okay.
point.
18.
18?
Wow.
You feel whatever is in your head now jostling, but it stayed in there and is boring deeper.
Well, Chromagill, bend over. I'll see if I can.
Please help. He just kind of points to his cap. Something is in there and it is not supposed to be. This is a new experience. I am very, very upset.
All right, I am looking at this hole. I'm guessing that is born in the top of his cap.
Something is wriggling in that hole. It is about the size of this cup.
Oh, has anyone watched Feast?
Yes. Wake is going to attempt to handle animal to pull it out.
Very well. Attempt you shall.
Attempt he shall. Handle animal to pull it out. It's a good roll, and it's one of my better moves. 21. All right, going in. Hey there, little guy. How's it going?
You actually grab the creature enough that
Easy.
it's not like super like it's not like aggravated or anything as you grab it and you start to slowly pull it out. It hasn't taken
Easy.
notice yet, but you do
Easy.
feel that something is scraping, trying to keep inside.
It's okay. Just
And that
hold
does
on.
another 2 points of damage.
Discomfort.
It's okay. Almost got it. Almost got it.
Roll one more. Oh no, I need you to roll a medicine check at this point.
This is something that's going to be awkward for both of us.
It is already awkward, Wake.
Oh wait, medicine is wisdom.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
good. That's good to know. 16.
Very nice. You yank it out almost like a baby tooth.
1, 2. Whoop!
Ah!
Hi there. What do we got here?
It is a very large fanged caterpillar that is eating away at a piece of his head that it took with it.
It's a little baby.
That's a bad thing you should have done. You shouldn't have done.
I'm not screwed. I'm just like, little baby.
He is still in your hand, though.
He is on my hand. Of course he is.
Well, he's currently munching away at what remains of the mushroom, and now notices that wait, I have nothing left. Oh wait, what's this?
Ah, well, this is happening.
What is your AC?
My AC is 17. It has gone down. Rip.
All right. Wait, say the AC again.
17.
17. You pull its mouth away just in the nick of time.
No. Holding it from the back of the head. No.
That's it.
Handle animal one more time.
Steve Irwin it.
Nat 20.
That's 20.
Ooh.
You now have a grasp on this thing that it can't actually like turn or move away from it. So now you are completely seeing this creature.
Naughty. Very bad.
So have you ever seen what a potato beetle larvae looks like?
Yes, they're like big.
They look
pumpkin
like-
pound
Yeah, grub.
Yeah.
Grub sort of thing. So that's about as big as your forearm.
wriggling.
Yep. Well, it's not wriggling. It kind of like stopped. You like stopped it from moving. So it's kind of just like sitting there complacent.
It's like grabbing a cat by the nape.
It's got very bearing fangs that droop down, and
Oh.
they look like they're actually supposed to be pincers in order to break through flesh. You can actually see its heartbeat in its abdomen.
Good to know. So, lunch?
Valtar is writing furiously, like looking at this thing.
It already had some. I don't think it needs any more.
Oh no,
You can see the piece of it that it ate in its abdomen right now.
Fortunately, I can just regenerate fine, so I'm not going to try and force it out of him, but
Okay.
he is unhappy about it.
Yep.
And as much as he can understand unhappiness.
Well, you
Chroma
are no
Gillis-
stranger to insects and
Yeah.
how they eat plants and shit. Though this thing, I need you to roll me a nature check.
Modified 20.
Based on its physiology and based on like how you can see on its insides, and you can actually see like a fleshy heart inside of it. This thing is parasitic, almost like it's trying to. It's parasitic in a way, but it also feels like it needs something to make it complete.
This creature seems incomplete, almost as if it is part of a set.
or a balanced breakfast. Shink.
Do you?
I was just gonna stab it in the heart and finish it off, basically, just to make sure it's not
All right.
doing any harm to
Well,
nobody.
roll to hit.
Can count this as a coup de grace. Kind of got him grappled here.
You can have advantage.
I'll take advantage then. So that roll wasn't particularly great. That one's better. That's right. This has changed too. It's a plus 8. 22.
22. Yeah. You carve whatever weapon you're using into this creature and carve it down, and you watch as like the mushroom along with a piece of its heart kind of like just drip out. There are smaller versions of the creature inside of it coming out as well that are screaming as it falls out.
The magic of life!
All right.
Valtara, I'm gonna roll for her real quick.
Air is far too thick with moisture to light any of those on fire, but I'm just going to basically just not
The
touch any of
smell
babies.
is so fucking foul that it actually, when you smell it, it Like, it almost gives off a little bit of a scent that you almost find familiar just walking into this forest to begin with.
Grammy.
Oh, God.
Nah, that's brinier.
Well, the creature is dead, and so long as you don't touch its young coming out of it, it'll cause no harm.
I'm just gonna like blip 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 blip, shake it loose.
Uh,
It's got bug meat in it, and that's got to be worth something.
well, there's now bug meat wriggling with maggots on the floor.
Oh yeah, but then I got the husk that has more meat on it.
Right before dinner time, huh?
Yeah,
The cycle of life.
it's Wake's lunch.
Valtara actually like smells that and is like after reeling, she like looks to you. I'm gonna roll a medicine check for her real quick.
Yeah, if somebody's gonna need to know how, if somebody's gonna need to inform Wake if this is poisonous or not. I mean, he's gonna wait to cook it, but
She doesn't know what it's about, but at the same time, she's just looking at you like, I would just let go of that. I would just let go of that. I don't know why, but it just does not feel right.
I toss it into the mouth of a carnivorous plant nearby. Oh wait, they don't eat. They eat plants in this.
No, they don't eat plants. They eat like it's. So you know what a sundew is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a giant sundew that Chroma walked into.
Okay.
All right. Well, I throw this into the mouth of either an awaiting Venus flytrap or one of those.
Okay, fair enough. Everyone roll perception check again.
15.
14.
3.
Valtara is unfortunately the only one catching these as she looks to the trees and sees another silhouette again.
Valtar's just like our
I'm like, I'm not insane, am I?
put upon quest mom, just like these dumb children keep walking into danger and they can't see it.
Wake just walks by and there's Valtara. What do you got, sweetie? A knife. No!
Put that down, honey. Come on. God, you don't know where it's been.
She is both Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. She's the only one that sees the bad guy.
Hold on, let me see something. Because she's getting a little fucking tired of this.
Dude. Oh my fucking god.
Cast a spell to make you all smarter so I can deal with you.
Nope, she will actually expend a spell slot. You watch as Valtara looks over to the side, finally starts getting mad. Like she just like squints. And you watch as her hand is engulfed in a blue light, and it blisters almost like fireworks. And she hurls it into the tree, letting out a magic missile, and you hear something let out a feral scream as it runs away into the distance. Like,
What?
Like if you guys want to roll a perception check to pinpoint what kind of creature that was.
That's slightly better. 14.
16.
17.
It was the sound of a big cat.
A large feline. I've heard it. It's a familiar call.
It's not there anymore, I guess. I mean, it wasn't attacking us.
No, but I don't like that it does appear to be stalking us.
Fair enough.
I'm going to roll a knowledge check for Valtara, which she's really good at that, but not when she rolls a 2.
While all of this is going on, Morgan just kind of sits down.
In the mud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear with me. Hey, Elrin. What do you want? Things might get a little bit hairy. Remember? Back in the good old days, fucking poor old Frick. Yeah, I remember. Hey, that's not nice to talk about me. Shut up. If things get hairy, I'm going to need your back for just a little bit. Think you can do that for me? I'm casting Channel Spirit.
Explain that to the nice people.
Okie dokie. So Channel Spirit is a key feature of the Spiritualist. Basically, it is a ritual where I channel a ghost of a certain attribute, and based on what ghost it is, I gain a list of spells. So in this case, Elrin is the spirit of hate. So I now have access to...
I think that was also the name of my high school garage band.
So now I have access to 2 special feats and 2 spells that I will show if something happens.
Very well.
Coolly.
So I am going to say this so I can like at least explain this to the people at home. Valtara is more of a frontline mage. Wake is a monk, and that's standard issue, so we all know what you are. You are DPS frontline.
Hi.
Brian here is DPS magic, and Grant is a tank.
Just here to eat shit and help you.
Eat shit and get et.
All right. So, whatever Valtara chased away, it took the brunt of magic. You all watched as like the arcane fizzle from the magic missile hit its target and then like kind of like fizzle into the trees as whatever it was delved in deeper.
All
Didn't
right.
kill it, but boy howdy it stung.
Well, whatever that. It may have just been following us before, but now it might be mad at us. So.
Well, I'm mad of it chasing us.
It may be deterred. Perhaps it senses danger now and will go in the opposite direction, as most creatures do.
Well, you know what they say. Luck favors the prepared.
Well, let's just hope. Wade continues on.
All right, you guys continue on. The tracks are getting way more visible now. You are seeing hoof prints, though they are getting a little bit more erratic. Like, at first they were just going down the path. Now you're seeing hoof prints kind of like merge over to the left, back to the right, merge over to the left, back to the right.
Does it look like they also picked up pace?
That would be a perception. That would be an investigation check.
Or would it be survival for tracking these?
That's fair. Survival, yes.
That is 21.
21. Based on the amount of prints that you're now seeing, it looks like there has been a bit of haste put into these horses.
Whatever happened here, they decided they didn't want to stick around here too long. Looks like they're being chased.
You are now all starting to get that same smell from the creature you gutted a little bit deeper into these woods.
God, man, it's just hard to wash out, I guess.
I'm really not sure on myconid physiology. Do I have a concept of smell?
You might be able to sense it in the air.
Yeah, like-
just picking up that there's something familiar.
Funky.
Yeah.
I mean, spores also kind of like absorb shit in the air and have
Sure.
airborne effects. So I can say like it goes through your skin, not through the conventional way of like smell, but you can
have
have
a-
it.
I have
it.
a receptor for.
You have a
sense.
receptor for it, yes.
Okay. This smells familiar.
Kind of does. Like, I swear I left that thing behind. Oh, well. I'm going to do a perception check, just kind of look around.
All right.
Oh, wow. That is a 22.
22.
Yeah.
You see glass off of the road, kind of just like peeking out of the vegetation.
That's weird. I walk over to it and I pick it up.
It's a bottle, and it looks like it's a prescription for medicine.
Is there medicine inside of it?
No, it is whatever was inside of it has poured out. You don't smell it or anything. Like you just see on there, it's like written like a prescription of a bunch of medicine and ingredients that you're unfamiliar with.
Hey, Valtara, you seemed a bit better at. You know books. Does this mean anything? I hand her the thing label first.
I'm gonna roll for her. Oh, sweetheart, you're getting the shittiest rolls tonight.
She's having an off day.
Yeah, she's not having a good day with these skill checks because she has a +7 in history, but it doesn't help when you have like a fucking 2. She overlooks the bottles. She tries to read the inscription. It's all muddy, and she's trying to swipe it away, but to no avail. And she just makes the paper on the glass way worse to read.
Oh well.
And she like looks at her fingers and she goes, "Sorry."
It's all right. I'll take the empty bottle.
Well, all you do know now is that there's medicine afoot, and whatever was carrying these was in a hurry.
Well, these things were carrying medical supplies, and looks like some of them might have fallen off the caravan.
I will say this: is there anything else you guys would like to do while sitting here now that you have this information?
Chroma would just look at the would ask to inspect the bottle and
Sure, we
and
can
look
hand it over.
and since he just, somewhat recently understood the concept of reading things and looking at things, he would just be looking for a
Well, that's the
name.
thing about Myconids. Myconids can comprehend and understand
yeah.
shit so long as they know the language. You know
Yeah.
common,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not hard for you to
Yeah,
read.
it's not hard for me to read, but just understanding context for it. He would be looking for anything that would designate was this for someone? Was it prescribed to somebody?
Roll a survival check.
Okay. 16. Perhaps we can return this bottle to who it belongs to. It's basically his logic for trying to figure out who it might have been going to.
You see the word cap in one of the ingredients.
It seems there is a cap in here.
Like the word mushroom, like your head.
He taps his head.
No, there's no, there's nothing to stop that bottle. I'm gonna have to find a cork later, I think.
I see.
Unfortunately, since most of the people around here probably call something different, you can tell that a mushroom is involved in some way in this ingredient.
Right.
But because of how it's named and how the word is smudged, you don't know what kind of mushroom they're talking about, and also people of different regions might have different names for different things.
Okay. I'm afraid I cannot glean much from this bottle. He hands it back.
Wake puts it back in his little satchel pack.
Alrighty. Morgan, anything from you before we move on?
Just on my guard.
All right.
All right, carry on then.
I'm going to say this. We're going to move on to a map, but I say we take a quick break before we do so.
Awesome.
Sounds good to me. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'd like you all to start booting up your tablets because we have a map.
Oh boy, map.
And once that's done, we can switch over to the camera. We'll let you know, Tyler. Don't worry. I also would like to make sure that all the players God damn it, Grant, that picture is so great.
I'm sorry.
It's so good. I'd like to also see if our players are capable of moving tokens where they can see. You're going to be going to the bottom left corner of the map.
Sure thing. Just gotta scroll my way over there. All right, let's try to move you, Wake. Yeah, I can move them.
Okay.
I see a big black square.
Move to the bottom left.
Why did it close?
Hold on. Let me
Oh, wait, there I am.
Tablets! Am I right?
This tablet's also smudgy and dirty. Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah, I can move Wake just fine.
Oh, these nubby fingers. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shite.
I moved the whole group.
No.
Whoa,
Oh, damn it.
sorry.
I know, I lost you. Hold on.
I tried to move it back, but yeah,
I'm going to move
Yeah,
it.
if you click and drag, then you select
Let's try
multiple
this way.
things.
I'm going to move everyone to their proper setting like they said they were going to. Like that. There we go.
We're in a line now.
All right. We can
cool,
switch
I
to the map if need
I
be.
can't move.
There we are.
Ah!
F11 that screen to make sure it's full screened as well, because we're getting the whole window thing
Just
there.
click on the window and press F11.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. This is.
That's what?
Okay.
Okay. I will say, though, you could zoom out a little bit more, Tyler.
Just gotta scroll back, basically.
That's good, because they're going to start moving and the map's going to get more revealed. All right, so you are on the path. At this point, I need you guys to start going ahead and moving. You now know that the tracks are getting far more erratic at this point.
I will if I can get this to scroll.
Oh, is your guy not going?
Well, no, I'm trying to scroll over to. There we go.
You gotta use two fingers to
Yeah.
scroll. Yeah.
There.
Having them separated helps.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
thank you. Okay. Let me see if I can move my. Oh wait, hold on.
All right, so you are noticing that the trees are actually going deeper into, the canopy is now reaching deeper into the road, and it actually looks like there are fallen leaves, and where the track is, it actually looks like it veered to the right, trying to dodge the tree in this part of the area. And
All right.
I will move Valtar.
Eh.
Okay, well, my computer tells me Valtar is now going into the bush.
Cool.
All right, she'll be back.
There she is.
I'd just be following along behind Wake.
Same.
Going around this tree.
You notice that there's a little bit more of a opening leading into the brush, but it's not where the tracks. It's not where the tracks continue. The tracks are still going down the road, but there is a little bit of an opening that looks like you can walk into it.
Does it look like anything went that way?
That's an investigation.
Actually, no. Wake has no reason to go off route. I mean, we're just trying to travel to the next town.
Well, that's up to you, man.
Yeah.
That's up to anyone who wants to do it. For this computer, oh my Christ. Stop throwing Valtara into the darkness.
Do you need a mouse?
No, I can't with this thing.
Well, I'm kind of at the edge of where I can walk. I can't see any further.
Yeah, if I'm going to have to roll dice later down the road. All right, so you're going to keep... Oh, boy. Oh, jeez.
There we go. All is good. But yeah,
Every time I click, it makes me go up the map. It's dumb. All right, that's as far as you can see before moving forward. The tracks are now completely like laid bare. There are more glass bottles in the road now that are broken or otherwise.
I only have 35 feet of vision. Youch. Thick air.
Wake, you decided to walk a little bit further in front of everyone before you stop. Computer, stop. Valtara is not going north. Stop it.
I love
She just really doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, she keeps just shifting up, man. She's out of there.
Like, I can't deal with this, man.
All right.
I'm just traveling at my walk speed,
Yeah,
basically.
roll a perception check.
All right.
Well, that works out. My walk speed's just a little slower than
Natural 20 on that.
Natural
perception.
20. You see, you hear off into the canopy. You actually watch as you. No, I'm sorry. You hear almost like a growl above you. When you look up, you see a large chunk of the branch of the ivy above you, enough that like it's big enough to be maybe as big as your upper chest, is falling down upon you. Roll a dexterity saving throw. This would have been disadvantaged if you didn't do good on the perception.
Dexterity save is a 24.
24. Just because you with that nat 20 were able to see it just fine.
Backflip.
Yeah, you backflip out of the way. Whatever it was, that creature has lurched its way back into the bush, but it's to the north of you, not to the south of you. It disappeared.
All right, nice try. That was for my companion throwing stuff at you, right? All right, we're cool. We're cool. No response, so I'm guessing we're cool.
Who are you speaking to?
The thing that just threw this at me. I point at the vine.
When I say vine, this thing is a vine, but it looks like it's almost as big as a tree itself.
Like a tree trunk.
That is quite a throw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have just cut it down. I don't know.
Would you like to investigate the vine to figure out what's going on?
I'm a curious sort.
I'll help out as well.
12.
Ooh, 17.
17?
8.
I'm going to roll for Valtara just
Wow.
to see something real quick.
And I get no bonuses on that.
Damn, Valtara. Okay.
I get -1s.
Oh, brutal.
-1s. Okay, so numbers again?
12.
8.
17.
17. Morgan, you and Valtara noticed that something very, very strange about the way that the vine was ripped apart. Valtara almost looks to you and says, I know this might sound crazy, but does your land have maybe cephalopods that walk? And even though that sounds completely fucking alien to you, that doesn't seem wrong because it looks like a piece of a sucker or like some kind of like latch from a squid tentacle or an octopus tentacle, almost like suction cup made bars into the flesh of the tree was what cut it.
Wake, you might want to see this.
I'm right here.
I show him the the suction cup marks.
Valtara is now looking through her books. She knows a lot more about sea life, and being that's part of her page master ability, which because of her being a page master, one of the librarian's abilities is that they can track or they can like find weaknesses or explain things a lot more better if they actually have experienced the creature before and wrote it down between a short and long rest. Since she is familiar with sea creatures, she was able to pinpoint that whatever did this has suckers, like a squid.
Oh, yeah, I eat these things all the time. I mean, maybe, like, how big are the suction marks on this thing?
About as big as your fist.
I mean, I don't know. I've eaten one about that big, too, that leaves things that big. Actually, bigger.
Valtara now takes the page of, like, the rings of a sucker on a fish, on a squid, and she puts it, like, next to the piece of paper, and it looks almost, like, exact. But she's just looking over at you like, I know it just seems silly that a squid would just walk up on land and start causing issue, especially since we heard a cat. Is that what those things are? A cat? I've never seen one before.
Chroma sprinkles some spores while everyone's talking about these animals he has no knowledge of.
Well, before I met any of you, in fact, on the last little journey I went on, we did come across a series of monsters that were crafted from various other creatures. It is possible that maybe, given what's happened, maybe they've come back this way.
Well, whatever they are, their throne vine has now given me a new place to plant roots and other creatures. He shall be a part of their history and their circle, and their sovereign will remember it thusly. Just walks away as just little spores are now sprouting up from this
Little
vine.
mushrooms pop up. Hello!
Yes!
You all hear that, by the way.
New life begins.
It is a beautiful cycle. We shall take that which is destroyed and create that which is new.
I am hungry, but not dead.
I love him.
All right, well, continue on and make sure, keep your eyes up.
All right. Everyone else roll a dexterity save as more vines start falling.
As I was saying!
Oh, modified 20.
Modified 20?
Yep, rolled a 17.
18 for me.
18. Let me roll for Valtara real quick. Val, what is your sheet, sweetheart?
I got it right here.
Oh, thank you. I'm very happy I gave everyone extra. Oh, she's not dexterous at all. She is a giant dinosaur.
Well, maybe she can catch it.
Yeah, she, like, looks up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like, look out for what?
Those specifically.
Watch out for that tree.
Unfortunately, Valtar is not really all that fast about it. So you watch as, like, this giant, like, log smacks her directly in the face and she lurches back. She looks like she's about to topple over, but then she just holds up her finger like,
Hold up.
hold on. She swerves her head and she uses her horns to push the vine off. Her face is bleeding, though. So I'm going to have to roll that damage for her. Okay, well, that happened. 3d6, 4, 5, 8. All right, she took 8 points of bludgeoning damage as she like wipes the blood from her face, and she like adjusts her glasses, but notices like one piece of it is like the glass has been ripped off. Oh,
It seems that your sprouting red water and your bifocals have been torn asunder. Are you okay?
We call it blood. It's kind of like it's human tree sap, basically. Mortal tree sap.
Your sap is leaking. Are you all right?
There you go.
I will live. I've taken far worse hits to the face than this.
Understood.
I know. Make your gags. Make your fucking gags.
He's just expressing concern.
I mean, she's a fucking triceratops. They're butting heads. That seems pretty goddamn common. All right. So everyone else dodged that. That was kind of a trap that I had set up there, so we can continue going forward. Wake, since you are ahead of everyone, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Aye,
No.
Perception 15.
Yep, that'll work.
15. You see a four-legged creature off on the side of the road covered in mud with a lot of blood pooling out of it.
More sap.
Is that one of those horses you were talking about? It isn't on fire.
Fuck, don't do that. It almost revealed the entire map. Oh my god. Oh.
I had a flash of genius.
Wake's gonna wander over to it.
There is a broken crate on the. There is a broken keg on the floor that is toppled over with a lot more bottles of the same variety that you found. Some of them actually support a little bit of liquid, but most of them are broken. From what you can see, you haven't like actually delved into the crate.
Wake's more curious about the
The horse.
apparently dead animal.
Yeah, the horse. There is a black-coated horse sitting in the middle of the road. It looks like it had a piece of the a piece of the wood for it to pull the cart on it. I don't know these terminologies, and I apologize.
Bridle and
Yeah,
stuff like
the
that.
the bridle is still attached to the creature, but it looks like the wood was separated by another piece of what that sucker like barb looked like. And it also looks like, if you look at the markings on where the blood is coming from, it's a giant hole that looks like something bore into it, and it looks like its flesh looks like it was starting to tear from the side, almost like someone was pulling the skin off to get to the inside. And it also looks like those sucker marks are going up the side of its back. There are tracks in the floor that look like the wagon veered into the woods. And with all the broken leaves and the pathing that is going to the north, whoever was on that carriage delve inside.
All right.
And that smell of that really rancid smell from the creature you guys killed is very rampant here.
All right. Well, I know we're in a bit of a rush to get to town, but we do know that they're looking for medicine, and whatever was in that cart, point over to the crate, almost certainly medicine. I'm gonna do a quick check on this horse because you said it looked like they were trying to get inside the creature.
Yes.
I want to do a medical check on it to see if it's missing any organs or like if there's just hollow chunks in there.
Go for it.
Nice. That is a medical check of 22.
22? Okay. You pretty much just discover that like whatever got into this horse's insides was just merely getting in there for food. It looks like there's just bite marks aplenty in here.
Okay.
So this was just like a quick hit and run to get some food, and they didn't finish the body.
Well, they killed it for some sustenance, but they're clearly not interested in all the meat. I'm guessing all the nutritious organs are missing.
Yeah. Like this was like maybe to stop it and have a little bit of a bite to eat, but there's still some organs and shit attached in here, but whatever took a bite out of this thing just did a quick job.
I'm gonna do quick perception. Are there any animals around us?
Go for it.
21.
Well, there's a lot of flies flying about, a bunch of mosquitoes going in after the food. There's a bunch of ants carrying any blood or flesh that was left on the ground over into the lush of the forest. Any other birds around you? You do see like maybe a couple of monkeys hanging out on the top, like maybe more of those lemurs. And there are a couple of birds that look like they have razor beaks, so almost like vultures in a sense, like really tiny ones.
Okay. Now I have a second question, since I'm kind of a guinea pig class and character. I want to see if this works. So I have my my rapport spores, which let me communicate with things, and I have animal friendship, which basically I can just cast a charm, and if it fails a wisdom save, it's charmed to me. Okay. Can I communicate with an animal? Because I don't want to waste the casting of a spell if this is something that won't work regardless.
You'd have to cast it to be able to do so. If you do the spore, it might freak out the animal though. So that would be a handle animal check if you do that.
Okay.
So at that sequence, it would be use your spore, handle animal. If the animal stays, you can cast a spell to talk to it.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to try and handle animal.
Sneezing on these
Sneezing
things.
on this bird. It's just a very natural, just spreading some spores. You've been around plants before.
Meanwhile, Wake's elbow deep in this horse.
17 on an animal handle.
I'm going to wait till he finishes because I have an interesting idea.
All right, you kind of fart clouds all over the place. The moisture like pushes down on the spores that the bird is unaware that it actually has been sprouted with spores on it.
Okay.
So the animal is still there. Let me roll and see if anything else kind of just like dissipates at that. The monkeys rolled a nat 1. Every animal in this vicinity has been spored.
Oh, good. So everything within a 30-foot radius now can hear me and understand me when I think, public thoughts, I guess.
Yep.
Gonna Aquaman this.
Did anybody witness this, or is anything aware of what has happened to this creature? I indicate to everything within 30 feet.
Well,
Wake just replies because he's unaware of what you're doing. Well, it ate all of its organs. I know that much. Well, most of them. I think this is a... I don't know. I'm not good at this.
roll me a animal handling check. Because there is something you forgot to do before doing this.
22.
22. Okay. The animals are freaked that now they hear this voice in their head. Because you didn't cast the spell, you can't communicate with them yet. So all right now is they're hearing grunts and groans and a voice of a humanoid creature now yelling at them, though they don't fucking
Inside
understand
their
where it's
own
coming
brain.
from.
But they have no direction to attribute to it, so running away is a senseless option.
Yep, they rolled low enough that they are not running away, they're just confused as to what the
They're
fuck is happening.
petrified.
Almost like the moment you open up a light for a cat and they
Yeah.
look at the floor, it's like, oh, light. Yes.
I have an interesting idea. So, Morgan walks up to Wake. Do you mind getting your arm out of there real quick? I have an interesting idea.
No, I was just looking for a snack.
I'll keep that in mind for what I'm about to do. So, Morgan walks over to the horse, places his hand on the muzzle of the horse, and I'm going to spend an ectoplasm point to cast Lingua Mortis, a.k.a. Speak with the Dead.
Oh, this seems much more efficient. You go ahead.
Well, I mean, now you also, if you cast Animal, all those creatures will talk to you.
Okay, so let me see here. Just had the page.
Meanwhile, Valtar is just, kneeling down with you, looking at the organ. She doesn't know what a horse is either.
I just have a piece of liver in my hand or something.
She's drawing it.
Excuse me, folks. I got to do a quick Google search.
Wait, not yet. Not yet. She pokes at it, pulls on an artery,
Information
and
here.
then draws it. Okay, now you can.
The only annoying part about this class is I know a lot of shit that I could not fit on a piece of paper.
Yeah. And also, Wake, by the way, when you watch as she pulls the little artery away to look at it, to draw on it, you watch the blood from the artery almost flow into her finger as she's doing so.
Need a little trick.
Okay, so literally, just a second. So yeah, I'm pulling a Hellboy with that amulet. I'm partially bringing that horse back to life so I can speak with it and we understand each other.
All right, so how do you want to? All right, so is this necromancy? Like, if the physical creature actually comes back with the soul, or is the soul just speaking?
I just imagine blood.
Hold on. It just says you partially revive a corpse to ask it questions.
Okay.
It still has to have a mouth, and it can't. Hold on. Has to be a mouth, and it can't be undead. Basically, it's kind of like with the spore thing. We can understand each other because it's dead talk. Does it still have a mouth, and it's not undead.
Okay, well.
So you don't have to share a language. Interesting.
Yep, so now there is a
I'm
zombie
looking-
horse on the floor, writhing and looking up at you. You guys hear nothing but whinnying. You hear a voice.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay, it's okay. Hold on.
It's okay!
Hey, I just need to ask you a question. I'll let you move on. As soon as I
I
let go.
saw a light. There was oats everywhere. Oats as far as the eye could see. Why did you pull me away from that?
I will take you back to the oat field. I just have a question.
I have no reason to think
what
this, but I
is
believe
it?
this is a good horse.
It's okay. It's okay. You did your best. That's all we can ask.
I did my best. I was pulling a wooden cart while this creature chased us.
What was it?
I don't know.
Describe it to me.
It was a big fanged yellow creature that had wiggly things on its back and they hurt.
Enjoy the oat field. I let go.
And the horse just falls over dead.
Wake's just sitting there eating a quarter of a horse's liver like an apple.
Oh, by the way, when you were holding on to it and that
was
happened, it started oozing blood, like it was still pumping like an artery, and then it just stopped when the horse stopped moving.
He just keeps going. That was terrifying.
Yeah, Valtar's just sitting there, just smudging the blood that squirted off her glasses.
Just hold on. So whatever attacked this caravan, it was big, yellow, fanged and had tentacles. Valtar, does that ring a bell?
Oh, you fucking poor summer child. Stop rolling so low.
Would this be a nature check, I'm guessing, or a survival?
Yeah, it would be a history or a nature of your choice.
All right, then I'm going to go with nature.
Can't
I
wait to
can
see
say,
Chet's
I'm
reaction to
a
that.
mushroom. I've seen some shit probably at least go by.
Yeah, you would have way more knowledge than she would, because she's from an island full of nothing but serpent creatures.
She's not used to these this kind of critter. Anyway, though, my roll is a 15.
You don't know what the humans describe it as, but you do know it's a large feral cat that has appendages that it uses to whip creatures with barbed-like tentacles.
I don't know what you would call it, but it is a strange creature that likes to whip its prey.
Wake, roll a history check, because that sounds familiar to you.
That sounds familiar to me. Kind of.
It is feline, if I did not just express that, but I feel that is a point we've covered.
History is 12.
12. Why do you think of Onslow when you... Oh, fuck. They missed a spot.
All right. So, might know a guy that has a bit more experience on this one,
But you have heard the name of these creatures before.
but it's not coming to mind. So we're gonna go
Yeah,
in
and
there.
unfortunately with that roll, I will not
Yeah.
be filling in the gap.
Yeah, Wake knows enough that he's heard about these before.
You know that Onslow, Relieve, and Kowalski were fighting these things.
Yeah. I don't know if these guys are out there fighting these right now, but they. I know some guys that have had some. Either way, we're gonna go look down here because there's probably some medicine, and that town needs medicine, and we need good favor in that town, and there might be people in trouble.
Valtara is now looking into the crate since no one else did. Rolling it. Thank you, Valtara, and that 20.
She finally has done something.
Oh my
Hooray.
God! Finally, this
Go,
poor
Valtara.
girl. Where are my paperwork? Here we go. Okay. This is the jewel tick. I don't need this. We already covered that.
I've got it in my bag.
Yes, you do. She starts producing more of the bottles. It's a very, very brownish liquid that she pours out a little bit of it just to see like what it does when it's outside of the bottle. It sinks into the earth almost like water with no problem. It's some kind of liquid that is used to be injected into people.
What a waste.
There's more bottles.
I know.
It has that rancid smell that you guys have been smelling this entire time. It has that rancid smell. To you, Chroma, though, that smell is very familiar. That almost reminds you of how a lot of your most of your circle, a lot of your young actually give out this sort of
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to piece together why I saw Cap in that ingredients list.
Yep. You don't know what the cap is, but you do actually. When you get that smell that hits you, those are spores of other mushrooms, very young mushrooms, being hit into your nose.
They slaughtered the younglings.
It's not like the fact that they slaughtered it or anything, because it actually almost feels like it's fetid, almost like it's rotten. So it's like, oh, these are like expired creatures, and they just repurpose the bodies for something else in this medicine. Because it's not just that. It's also some other ingredients thrown into it. A lot of herbs and a lot of medicinal things that a lot of other creatures use for saps. You've actually had your circle give out things to elves and other nature-faring humanoids to say, like, okay, well, obviously the dead are dead. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But nature can still repurpose and assist others. Here's some ferns and stuff that we know that can balm or cure almost inflammation to the skin.
This is definitely a medical liquid. I've experienced this scent before. It's familiar of spores that my circle would give off to travelers whenever they were in need of aid.
Valtara continues to read it. She does find a word called Vexcap.
Ah, yes, the Vex Cap. I'm not sure what you humans mean by that, but it sounds mushroomy enough for me.
Roll a history with disadvantage. Because you don't know what a vex cap is, but hopefully, like, your perception of what's going on might give you a little bit of an idea.
13.
13? Sadly, because of the human condition of naming this thing, you don't know what the exact mushroom is.
I don't know what a vex describes, but I have seen a cap. There are many things it could be.
Well, whoever wrote all these notes, this was given specifically to someone in Vesa Bay. All these notes are written by someone called a Micha Asmid. Her name shows up in here very commonly.
That name's familiar.
Is that just kind of nudges Morgan? Have we met Micha?
Oh, that was the other one. Ah.
Strong Purple, you were almost Micha.
I was what?
There were 2 candidates for your position. This was the other one.
Oh. She starts flipping through all the paperwork once more. It tells of an infection that is known as blood cell barnacles.
Yeah.
A lot of the paperwork is unfortunately dirty and tattered because of this, but it does claim that a lot of the medicine that was put in here is used to actually be a cure for something that emits a symbiotic relationship with a host.
So it's basically for splitting up a parasite from the host.
Unfortunately, based on the notes that she found and what the condition they're in, that's all the words she can get out of that. She got that this person is very proud of who they are, they're very proud of their work, and a lot of their work that they're talking about is meant to cure or at least to fix this situation.
All right, well, get as many of those bottles that are full that you can, because I'm guessing that town's gonna need them.
Roll. I'm gonna roll an investigation check for Valtar to see how many she gets. She only gained 2 bottles out of that. Everything else is broken. However, she does produce 1 other bottle in this entire set. It is a moderate healing potion.
Ooh.
Probably used to be some sort of relaxant for the patient.
So there were a bunch of broken bottles in there.
Yes.
But it didn't look like they had been like the case had been broken into, and that the.
Yeah, it looks like this was just, unfortunately, because of the wagon careening off the road, this fell out as a result.
Gotcha. Then I won't waste spending a spell to ask animals find other bottles.
Either way, the people seemed like they went up this way. So we should head in.
All right.
Okay.
Let me go
Maybe
ahead.
we shouldn't.
Crowagale pursues.
You guys all head in there? Very well. Hold on. Let me go ahead and reveal
Let me show you the foolish error of your ways.
Fuck you, Map. Stop telling me everyone needs to see the whole thing. That's about as far as you can see. You are so I will move you guys accordingly. Who's going to take lead first?
Yeah, Wake's been wandering up front. This
I will move you guys up first then. Who's taking second?
I would be second.
All right. No, I'm don't worry, Nick. I got you.
Sorry,
It's all good.
I'm just trying to move the map.
All right.
And third.
You're going to take third.
Technology.
Valtara will take the back end then. Very well. Oh, Valtara, no.
Oh, she shifted up even further into the sky.
You are huge, Valtara. Stop that.
She big lady.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So for the next 20 minutes, you guys travel down the road following the track. The track is not difficult to find. I need everyone to roll a con save because the moisture is getting harder and harder to walk through.
God. Same as the first roll.
Still fine at a 17, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're fine.
11.
5, 11.
Call out them rolls.
Everyone except for Wake is taking this, unfortunately.
Okay.
Do.
Your armor is weighing you down immensely. You can feel gravity pushing you as the weight of the water being transpired onto your clothing is very weighted that it's almost hard to breathe with how much you're feeling this walk. And for you, unfortunately, that wouldn't be a problem for you, but you almost feel like you're drowning in this moisture. That something has to give to lighten the load. Your AC has dropped by 2.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Let me just make a note of that.
You start taking pieces of your armor off to compensate.
My very absorbent leather armor. I've
Yep.
taken it off.
Well, you're starting to like loosen it, or
Yeah.
you're to compensate for the weight that this is bearing down on you. You now have a -2 to your AC for until an end.
Until
of
we
rest.
dry off.
Yep, until you dry off.
You guys doing all right back there?
My clothes have become soggy, as has my entire body.
That's
Normally I would enjoy this, but the effort of moving and defending myself seems very, very insecure right now.
All right, I need everyone except for Wake to roll a dexterity save.
Okay.
Val, what the fuck? You rolled a 2.
6, 9.
This is all great. Whatever Wake didn't have to do, he's not. We're all gonna be in a bad place about it, probably.
You guys hear a thunderous break as Wake, you watch as an entire piece of the top of an entire tree falls on your comrades.
I just imagine, like, he hears something. Wait! Wham! Oh.
Stay still.
Why couldn't we stay dead, Morgan?
11 points of damage to everyone.
Jesus.
Dude, an entire top
Yeah,
of the tree
no, I
fell
get
on
that.
them.
Oh,
This is perhaps the most discomfort I've felt in my 100 years.
Wake is going to do his best to try to get the branch off of them.
Athletics.
Come on. Anybody want to assist me?
They can't. They're prone.
Yeah.
I just meant by, like, pushing.
You are the only one right now who can take this at this point.
Cool. It's not bad, though. It's modified 20.
It's slippery because of the moisture here, but you're actually able to, like, because of your abilities, you're able to actually produce the water to go away.
Go away.
Yep. Yeah, you just like wipe. You pretty much just get rid of it, and you're able to get a strong grip on the tree and lift it off them that they're able to push it off with you.
Everybody climb out. Everybody climb out. This heavy.
I am free, though quite sore.
Oh, ow! Like Valtar just like climbs out. She actually like lifts with enough because of the first blunt of the hit that she cannot she was just like okay, she was dazed. As she gets up, you watch as she takes the back end of her arm and actually with your help is actually able to lift the entire tree off everyone with almost a single swipe.
I helped.
No, you did. You got it off her enough that she was unfazed by it afterwards.
I'm going to grab a couple of bottles out of my bag and just hand everybody one regular ass healing potion. It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, perfect. Oh, wow. So 10.
4, 5, 6. 6 points for Val.
And that's 10 for Morgan, so that I'm almost at full.
I only healed 5.
All right. With that, we can continue to move forward.
Much obliged.
Yeah,
Sure as hell will return the favor.
don't mention it.
All right. You guys have a little bit more to go. I need you guys to roll me one more con save as you continue to trudge through the jungle.
God damn it. Please, please, please. Just please.
Okay, that's a 13. That's
14 for me.
15.
It's literally 5
Five?
and 3. 5 and 3. 5 and
All right, you.
14.
15.
Val. Morgan and Val lose another 2 AC as they have to fucking get this shit off them or they can't breathe.
At this point, it's just the breastplate
Dude.
and boxers.
Dude, do you fucking want to know what Val's AC is right now?
Probably in the single digits.
Yeah. She has an AC of 7 right now.
Well, yeah. Guess jungle life wasn't really made for you guys, huh?
No.
I thought I would like this more, but it's just a tad bit more
you guys
moisture than
watch
I was
as
ready.
Val and Morgan, like their breath is haggard, almost like this moisture is pulling the air out of their lungs.
I'm going to just create like a small little gust of wind to try to like cool them off a little bit. Just it's sensory and has actually no real effect, but flavor-wise, I'm doing my best.
No, it does. It does give them a little bit more of a fresh air. But you walking through this lush like part of the forest is the air around here is so dense and so pocketed that it just feels like you're getting hit with a brick in your lungs.
I guess having gills kind of helps sometimes, huh?
I need Morgan and Val to roll another deck save.
Wait, do you hear that?
Val, you rolled a nat 1.
So did I!
Yeah, natural wonders.
We're all part of a team.
Thank God I have a very specific feat.
It's okay, don't worry, I got this. Throw some wind at you. Another tree branch. Oh no, that wasn't what I meant at all.
You're going to return the favor now, Morgan? Shut up.
All right, let me roll severity.
That is not what I meant to do. I assure you.
Val also has something for this as well, but at the same time, it's like she
Yeah.
can't do it because of how haggard she is. Oh my God, I rolled a 4. That's super severe.
Things are gonna get bad for you guys in this.
Should I start making a new character?
No, not like that.
Not yet.
Not like that.
Morgan drowns in the air's moisture.
A tree trunk fell right on his breastplate, and it just crumpled into his chest cavity, puncturing the other lung.
Okay, I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this now. Yeah, I know you're looking at me, Brian.
Chroma Gill asked for you to be hungry or dead. He didn't think you'd take him up so quick.
Oh God.
What if he's both?
Starving to death? A cruel fate
There
indeed.
you go.
You two, since you're not affected by this, now actually see you see one of the vines actually move. And then as it moves away, one of the vines shows that it actually has a sucker on it with a giant barb as it slaps down on top of the branches above Valtara and Morgan.
All right.
And
Wake pulls out his trident. He's finish what you're going, but I'm going into combat.
Like you're preparing.
yeah. Okay. The branches fall down on top of you guys, dealing another set of damage, but due to the fact that the moisture is not making you guys able to breathe, okay, hold on a moment.
It's gonna eat this.
Yeah, you're gonna eat this super bad.
That's a lot of dice I just heard.
Uh-huh. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. 12, 13, 14. That's 14 points of damage to both of you.
Let me do... Okay. 23 left.
And from now until you leave this fog, you are now at half speed due to the fact that you cannot breathe. You are at half speed. Everything in your vision is blurry, and you almost feel like you're drowning.
Meanwhile, this thing is just sitting on top and slapping them?
No,
or-
you just watched as the tentacle slapped down on top of the tree branches and then slithered into the woods, and you actually watch as the silhouette of the creature darts off ahead of you. It's running away. You can see it go.
Well, we
Oh,
need
I
to get
can
them
see
out from under this tree first.
I can see it. You say?
You saw it just in the nick of time. Like you saw the creature's the tentacle from the creature, and then you watch as like this almost like this cat-like creature with these two like tentacle appendages coming off the back of its body run off into the distance ahead of you.
Is it within 30 feet? Would you say?
I will allow it for now.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Oh man, cool. All right, well, because hey, as a bonus action, if it's a creature I can see within 30 feet, I can throw the Warden's Fire on it. It can now no longer hide, gain advantage on attack rolls, or become invisible until I use the skill again. So it is
Nice.
just glowing with. Like,
So now
it's-
you instantly know where this thing is going at all
Yes.
times.
Meanwhile, Wake is going down to the branch. Chroma Gill, can you help me with this?
I have identified our foe. Yes.
Athletics.
Good work.
13 for me.
19.
Or sorry, 16 actually. I just went off strength. Not
With your combined strength, you're able to get it off of Valtar and Morgan, but they are not looking as well off as they did before.
Hey, ooh.
This seems like it stung.
Look, you
You
Valtara actually lets out a really gnarly cough that you watch as water actually comes out of her mouth.
Oh, that's not good.
Morgan's eyes go black. I'm gonna kick that thing's ass!
That's the spirit. All right, let's shimmy this tree away here.
Valtara gets up once more. One moment. I really wish it didn't have to come to doing this as quickly as it did, but such is the life of grand adventure. She produces out a bottle, like a empty test tube. Mm-hmm. And you watch as the air around it begins to like swirl. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you what she casts as the water now turns into this viscous orange-like substance and dives into the bottle.
I swear to God, that's what I think it is.
She has a spell known as Healing Elixir. She can create healing potions.
She made an Estus flask.
Yep.
That I've never seen that before. That's neat.
That takes up one spell slot. It's basically just making a free healing potion per spell slot. So she did that. She expended. The problem with that is that one potion is one spell slot. So if she makes one for you and her, that's 2 out of the 4 spell slots she can use today.
Give me just a second. I'm going to use one of my spell slots to cast them. Where's that damn list? I'm just going to cast Healing Word. So, again...
So she only makes one for herself?
I'm trying to remember if this is self or a radius.
Healing Word.
Healing word is just self.
Self, yeah.
Or target, I should say, within 30 feet.
30 feet, and what is the... Hold on, I just pulled out the phone.
D4 plus whatever your spell thingy is.
So, D4 plus DC or bonus? Bonus?
Yeah, bonus.
So D4 plus 6. So I gain 8 HP back, and I'm down to 1 spell slot.
And for Valtara, she gets to do, it's a healing potion, but instead of the wisdom, it's her spell attack. So for her, that's a +7.
Nice.
4, 5, 6. 13 HP back to Val. Unfortunately, that does not fix your AC issue, nor does it fix your walking speed issue.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to spend 2 ectoplasm points to gain back that spell slot I just used.
All right, and Val only had to use the one spell slot.
So I'm guessing for layman's terms, ectoplasm points are kind of like sorcery points?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They are refuelable sorcery points.
Okay.
And they're obviously, sorcery, so it's equal to my level. So I had 6, so I'm now down to 3.
All right, Chromagil, you now have the fucking 4/1/1 on this creature.
That I do.
Oh, Chromagil, you said you saw where it went.
I have identified
you
the
can
creature.
still see it. Like
Yeah.
it's like fucking predator vision. You now see the silhouette of
Well, I
this
mean,
thing.
it's wreathed in fairy fire. Everyone should be able to see it pretty clearly.
But for you specifically, if it gets away, you
Yeah,
just have.
But yeah, you
flat
can
out.
see it through shit.
Yeah. It's glowing right now for everyone else, but I am perfectly aware of its location.
Yep.
And we are going to go in pursuit because we're tired of this shit and there's probably people who are dead over here.
People have been getting hurt all over the place. We need to stop this.
Okay, so I will reveal this as you find an opening in the brush.
Oh, hey! Stuff.
You now, after another 5 minutes of running down this down the pathway, you see the cart toppled over. Chromagil, you can see the silhouette of the creature, but it's way further away to the north of you. It's directly north, waiting for you guys to get in closer.
Our enemy waits for us to approach. It is up to the north, that direction. He points basically, surely where everyone's seeing an aura glow, but just in case.
You do see a little bit of a glow off in the distance, and it's elevated above you. I will reveal the rest of the map, though, because this is where we can start initiating combat.
All right, I was gonna say, as we got in here, is there signs of like any living beings?
You see a body to the north,
So
and you now see jaguar-sized creatures with yellow, like almost flayed skin. yellow flayed skin sitting on top of little bits and pieces of ruins. They each sport 2 flailing tentacles on their backs, and they stand at the ready for combat. Roll initiative.
Okay. 14.
Plus my new 21.
18.
Okay, let me get my notepad up so I can write all this again. Okay, so once more. Nick,
21.
21. Brian,
14.
14.
18.
All right, Grant, 18. And let me roll for Val. Val has a 12.
Would you mind marking which one is wreathed in fairy fire for us when you get a chance?
One moment. Here you are. Wreathe in fairy fire. Come on, roll 20. Stop it. This one is wreathed in fairy fire right here.
Okay.
As all the other displacer beasts looks at it. Thanks, Carl. You brought him here.
Oh!
Now they all know.
There is a woman's corpse, kind of like warped to look like something has like hit it from afar, all the way in front of you. You can see that NPC token. That's the body. Let's see here. Now I got to roll initiative for these boys. Okay. 1. Wow, bad rolls. This dice is cursed today. Okay. 3 gets a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, what the fuck? You guys have had enough shit from these things that you decided that the chutzpah has just kicked in, and it's you guys get to go first before these things.
Nice.
All right, so Nick, you're up first. These creatures are on top of pillars, and they are at least 15 to 30 feet above you. You can't really gauge depending on which piece of structure they're standing on.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Trying to gauge which ones would be the best to go for off the bat. Also want to check one thing here. Just want to see if
And
it's
yes, these are displacer beasts.
Gotcha. I just wanted to check if one thing. I wanted to see if Shatter's area was a radius or if it was a 10-foot radius. Awesome. Let's see. Boop, boop. Where's my measuring tape? There we go. 10. Awesome. Wake is going to notice these 3 over here. And he's going to cast Shatter. Basically, he's going to channel his ki and create a extreme burst of thunderous air, just a clap of energy, centered around this spot right here. This space, right? There we go.
Okay. So you're hitting all
that's
3 of those.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that
gonna hit all 3 of those.
you are
guys.
hitting 5, 4, and 3.
Yes. They must make a Constitution saving throw versus my
Very well.
whatchamajig.
Constitution. All right. Well, number 5 rolled a 14.
That's gonna pass, I think. Actually, no. I think that that matches, so it passes.
Matt. All right. Number 3 rolled a nat 20,
That definitely passes.
and number 4 rolled a 11.
That fails.
Okay. So 4 is taking the failure.
All right. Unfortunately, I did not write down Shatter's damage. I think it is 3d8.
I can get you
3d8.
3d8. Okay.
Yep. So the one that failed is going to take all of it. That's a d10. That would be wrong. The other 2 are going to take half. 4 plus 8. So that's 16 damage for the one that failed.
All right.
and
16 to 4.
8 to the one that 8 to the ones that made it.
Yep, 8. So 8 to 3 and 8 to 5. Okay. Are you gonna move or are you cool there?
I'm going to position myself here.
Okay. Next on the list is Grant.
Har har.
The one you have marked is all the way to the north of you.
Okay. So Wake started attacking these boys over here.
Yes,
To the
everyone
left?
on the left has been hit.
Okay. Because most of my abilities revolve around someone else being targeted and me responding to that.
You can always hold action.
Yeah. I'm going to head over towards Wake. And this one here, I am actually going to change my wreathing on that one, and I'm going to cast it on this guy. Because with my
Which one are you
Changing breathing.
to the closer one of the two to the left.
Yeah, if you wanted to ping it, you just hold your finger on it.
Ah,
So
okay.
this guy right here.
Yes, that one.
Okay, so he's wreathed now.
Yes.
You guys watch as the fairy fire, like magic, just dissipates from the one displacer beast that's sitting on top of what looks like a little stone hut, and is now applied to one of the ones that you cast Shatter on.
Terrific. And since they are right there, I am going to go ahead and cast Needle Spray, which
Like a cactuar.
that I do. Try to find the actual spell where I had it all written down.
Yeah, so now everyone just needs to draw fan art of
Yeah. There we go. I summon a strong wind filled with razor-sharp pine needles to attack my foe. Ouchies. I make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target... well, the target will take damage if they're hit. I'll
Yep.
describe that then.
So roll the hit. So it's 20 plus your spell attack.
Cool. Well, that's not going to work. With a nat 1, the needle spray in every direction. Or rather, you'll tell me what happens, I guess.
Oh boy.
Every direction but the foe, I suppose.
Grant, I swear to Christ.
This has been a bad day for me.
It's always projectiles.
Bad day for you, and then meanwhile there's Valtar.
All right,
and
you're gonna get him.
I apologize. This has never happened before, ever.
a 21. So unfortunately, that kind of is the situation.
You
know,
I'm
the
gonna get
more-
a choop.
Man, you know more. The more things are new, the
more
more
they
they
stay
stay the same.
Glad
Roll
to
damage,
know.
take half of it.
All right. For the damage on that, let me pull that back up.
Like old times, huh?
Don't worry about
Yup.
it, man. Everything's cool.
Just Jim face the camera.
All right, so you're going to take half that damage, you said? All right,
Yeah.
you take 3 damage.
Okay.
Got a nice acupuncture there.
Ow.
What?
Wakes just has nostalgia running through his head. Brushes his old neck scar.
Yep.
I apologize. However, luckily for you, you weren't caught with the full stream of my needles. I'll be more careful in the future.
Please do.
Brian, you're up.
Oh,
Remember, you only have half movement.
I know. So, where's that? Hold on. Okay, let me just do some measurements here. That's 30, 40. Okay.
And also, you'd have to walk around the tipped over cart.
Okay. Let me just put that there. So I'm just gonna move. Just right there.
Okay.
Now pull out my gun! And I'm just gonna try and shoot the marked displacer beast with my pistol.
All right, that is number
Come
3
to think
you are
of it, you
shooting.
should have had advantage on that attack, shouldn't you? Oh well.
We'll figure that out
Oh
later.
no, you know what? That's fair. You know
Hey,
what?
we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
I enjoy comedy.
I'm gonna guess a 9 doesn't hit it.
Well, you have advantage if you're hitting the one that's fairy
Oh,
fired.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're hitting the one that we were aiming at, then you get to roll twice. Hey, you'll go with that other roll.
Yeah, so does a 9 hit?
Unfortunately, no.
No? Okay, then I'm just gonna reload and just sit there.
You actually you watch as the displacer beast tentacle actually slaps the bullet away.
Motherfucker.
All right, roll again. I'll give you that. Grant.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Like
yeah,
I am 100% for it.
Yeah, I'm willing to accept that since we didn't think of it during that turn and other things
Yeah.
progressed.
If things pass,
yeah.
we'll just leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll keep it in
Val,
mind for the future.
Val's turn. Let me look at Val's abilities real quick here because she's been writing a lot, and based on the fact that a lot of her information is like, oh well, they have abilities that are akin to a squid with the barbed tentacles and everything. That technically counts that for her expertise as a page master, she can invoke any of her mindful study abilities to pass on to you guys.
Okay.
I am going to say that she will not use any of her other spells as of right now, but let me look at one of her abilities real quick before I do anything here, because I actually forgot to write down what her mindfuls are.
No worries.
Drive. Good thing I have my PC with me, because it has all my extra component books in here. Class librarian. I do apologize.
No, it's not
but
good.
this is
This is all experimental.
Yep.
So
Since I'm a guy who casts spells now, I'm gonna have to actually be keeping track of spell slots and stuff. That's a new.
It's pretty easy.
It seems simple. but
It
it's
gets
just,
simple as you go along.
It's just
It
a new layer of things to keep track of.
The one thing that a lot of people are scared about when it comes to spellcasting in D&D is that how much they're going to have to retain and memorize, but it really, all it takes is just you trying it once, and you will fucking know it instantly. You have to at least take the plunge.
And then it's about learning when to actually use them, because I
Yeah.
mean it's like you have so many. It's like, oh, but I don't want to waste it here. What
Yeah.
if that was
there's
the biggest that was the biggest problem I had when playing Dagon. It's like I have two of these that I have 2 or 3 of these that I can use. I don't want to blow them all here.
Ah. Okay. Let's see. She has these evasive effect. Okay. Searing assault, waking fallen. Okay, baited fury. Okay. You could spend. Okay, so she is going to use something called maneuvering shout. You can use your bonus action to shout at a nearby creature that you could see and or hear. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking attack of opportunity in 2 creatures of your choice.
Ooh. So basically, she can be like, "Get back!" and they do it.
No, she can
jeez.
she can push you guys even closer if you want to.
go get him.
Yeah, she pretty much is like saying she's compensating for the fact that you can't move at your normal speed to let you have a free reaction without any attack of opportunity.
Oh.
So she's passing that on to you, Brian.
Oh, okay.
So you are able to move.
You are able to move half your speed.
Half your speed.
No, not
Oh,
not
okay.
at half the speed. I'm allowed, since it's a superior die she's using, you're allowed to move an extra 15
So I'm back to 30
for this turn.
for this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a note of that.
It's as a reaction, so
Yeah, so he has to do it right
You do it now,
now,
right?
Yeah,
right?
you could do it now or until her next turn.
Okay, so he can save that reaction.
He
Yeah,
can-
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna
You can
save
save
it.
the reaction, and that was only a bonus action from her, so she didn't actually get to do anything just yet.
Cool.
She, let me look back at her thing. She will actually expend a spell slot to cast Magic Missile on creature number 3, so she gets advantage on that.
Well, I mean, you don't need advantage on Magic Missile.
Fair, yeah, because it always hits. Yeah, that's fine.
But hey, if she needed it, it was there.
It's doubly seeking in.
Yeah. Let me roll them dice for her, plus her magic bonus and everything. All right, Val just was... Val had enough shit of this thing throwing trees at her that she decided to throw an arcane tree at it. You guys watch as she looks at the book that she's reading. She looks up at it and lets out this little toothy grin. And she opens up the book and the pages start spinning and flipping over and over and over. And a mythic, almost ethereal vine, the same thing that kept falling on everyone else on the party, forms, but then espers into one giant spiky tree and is hurled at the creature.
Ooh.
And this thing spears at it for 15 points of damage.
That's a big Magic Missile.
And, well, she expended a 2 slot.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep, she expended a 2 slot on that, and with that, the thing is skewered in half. It's dead.
Okay. I was gonna say, I assume it can't fight much more after that.
Nope. She expended her spell slot to kill that thing.
Works for me.
You are fucking dead. Get out of here. You guys watch as like one half of the displacer beast stays like perched on the ruins, and then the other half just onto the floor. Now we are up to the other's turn.
That is foul.
All right, 3 is dead. Number 1 is going to dash on up over here.
Oh, hi.
Wow.
Yeah, they have a speed of 45.
Oh, they're faster than me. Then again, I'm a merman. I have -5
All right,
speed.
it's going to use a multi-attack on you. What is your AC again?
17.
All right, let's go. Oh, that's hitting with a 23.
That would hit.
All right, that's its first tentacle lash.
Slap. Ow.
Its second tentacle lash. 11, 16, that's a 17 to match.
That would hit.
All right.
Slap, slap. Ow, ow.
Yeah, motherfucker, ow.
You son of a bitch. I don't like you.
Don't like you either.
I can't imagine it would.
Let me roll the d8s, I'm sorry.
I was doing nothing wrong. I was just wandering
2,
through.
6, 3, 4, so 7, 13, 14, 15. So 15 points of damage.
Jesus.
It expended its move to use a multi-attack, so it's right there next to you.
But it moved to get to me.
I mean, I apologize. Yeah. You're right. What am I thinking? I'm thinking like rogue dashing, and I apologize.
It's all good.
All right, number 2. Boy who was lit up like a Christmas tree beforehand. Well, let's see. Let me double check his boopy doopy doo. All right, it will use its speed to get on up here, right in front of Morgan. It's gonna swipe at Morgan.
Pretty sure it's gonna fucking hit.
Nat 20.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
And then I'm gonna roll for its second attack.
Swear to Christ.
Not a nat 20. Not a nat 20, but
Arthur, we gotta run from the displacer beast.
18, 19,
Thank you for
20,
catching the
21,
reference.
22, 23 to hit on that second one.
They both hit.
Okay, well, here I go.
I gotta wait for damage though, so.
Yeah, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. So that puts me at 16. My math is right at a 31.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
And I guess as a reaction, since I am channeling the spirit of hate. That hurt! Grasps the longsword, pulls it out of the scabbard, just a swash of flame as I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Nice.
So it has to make a dex save compared to my spell, which is 14. It's got to beat a 14.
That'll be a 14. It does not with a 7.
Wow.
It takes 2d10 fire damage.
Damn.
Roll it out.
That's a 7. And a 7, so 14.
Very nice hit. It slaps at you with its paws and then bites down on your shoulder, and you just take your long sword and stab it through the throat. It rears back and takes the flame as you watch like the whole side of its face just erupts into flame. It did not expect you to attack that quickly. We are now up to number 4, who is over here. He's gonna hop on over here,
Hanging
hop
out in
on
the
down.
mud.
He's gonna run at Chroma.
Oh, great.
Hey, buddy.
It had to run past me to do it.
It's running right in front of you.
Which, no,
It had to run past my...
No, he went.
Hold on. Sorry. I forgot. Oh, wait, no, it's a reaction.
Yeah, that was a reaction.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I don't, like, I...
He-
Did it walk around
It
Wake?
It didn't walk directly at Wake. It went off the. Look, hold on. Let me get my thing here.
Yeah, sorry, I just didn't see the path it took. It looked like it went right past me.
This thing doesn't do that.
And I do have a,
It
I
went
do,
here, and then here.
I do have reach with my weapon. I will say that.
Okay.
So if it does get into that spot, I would be able to hit it.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my reaction to stab at it with my trident.
Okay.
I'm hoping a 24 will hit.
That will absolutely hit.
All right.
We'd be in a bad place if it didn't.
If it didn't, yes, that would be quite rough. 6 plus 4 plus 1. That is that's 11 damage.
11 damage. All right.
Magical piercing for the sake of damage reduction.
Okay. So 11 to you, buddy. He's not looking too good. You got him really good in the chest.
Chroma, look out!
He's still up though, unfortunately. He's looking mighty haggard, but he's still standing
I
strong.
took a chunk out of him as he ran through it.
He's gonna. Now we are all going to find out the reason why displacer beasts are called kitty weapons.
Oh no.
He's gonna slap at the both of you.
I suppose I deserve this.
You watch as like the tentacle like lurches up, and you watch as almost like a giant bee stinger erupts from the center of this thing.
Don't you do it.
Slaps at you first. Nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Jeez.
Okay, it rolled low, but it's still double damage, so 6. That is 11 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty then.
And now for Grant.
Takes a nice meaty chunk out of the side of Wake's cheek.
Yep.
Filleted you.
Wake warned me about you. Ah!
21.
21 damage?
Yeah,
Or
21 to hit.
Oh, 21 to hit. Okay, I was like, jeez. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. You only take 7, but that was one tentacle lash. Now it goes for the second one.
Wait, didn't it use its multi-attack to attack me once and then?
Yeah,
Does it...
Does it have 3 attacks or 2?
that's 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Tentacles.
This one misses completely, though, because I'm more than certain a 14 does not hit Wake.
No, that will not hit me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you dodged that one.
And if I match it, I defend... Oh, wait, he was attacking.
If you match, it hits. Like,
Okay.
it's a threshold,
Gotcha.
basically.
All right, so now number 5. Number 5 will saunter up over here.
Hi.
I hadn't even seen them.
How are you?
Kitty Whippins. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. 7, 8, 9. 9 points of damage.
Jesus. All right. Wake's not looking so hot.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 to hit you.
That'll miss.
All right, and it goes for Chroma now.
Oh, no.
Kitty Whippins with the 15 to hit.
That'll get me.
All right. Nice chunk of mushroom for a mushroom stew slap for 4 points of damage.
Ouchie.
All right, we're back up the list.
All right. Well, let's see how I want to do this. Do. All right. I am going to first and foremost. Let's see. I believe the one next to Chroma looks the most damaged, probably.
The one next to Chroma yeah, he does not look fantastic at all.
All right. I am going to. Oh man, do I take it on faith that Chroma will finish him off?
A dangerous gamble you make.
I did just get shot by a bunch of pine needles. All right, I'm going to use my first attack on that one with my trident. Just try to nail this thing down here. That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Cool. Roll my d6. That's another 11 damage as I pierce straight towards it.
You stab it right through the brain and it falls over dead.
All right, then I will immediately use my.
Chroma is dead.
Chroma dead.
Oh, no!
No.
No, the one in front of
I know.
Chroma dead.
I know. I
At
get
least
you.
he's not hungry.
It's true.
I will then
At
use
least I
my
understood it.
bonus melee attack to kick the one in front of me,
All right.
or attempt to at the very least. Does an 18 hit?
That does hit.
Cool. That is 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. That's 7 damage. As I knee it in the stomach or in the chest. I don't know how is this thing on all fours.
7 damage. Very well. He's not looking too hot either. As you kick him in the chest, and you hear a rib crack.
Awesome. And then I will attempt to bring my quarterstaff down on top of him with a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Yeah. And that is a 8 damage.
8 damage. He's still up.
And
You slap at one of its tentacles as it tries to reach out for you, and you parry it.
all right. Yep, that is my turn.
All right, Grant, you're up.
All right. I want to correct something real quick since I'm reading through it. Though when I wreathe an opponent, it does put them on. It says Fairy Fire. It does not operate like the spell does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is called Fairy Fire, but it is not the spell Fairy Fire.
How can you get that confused? It's fine.
Yeah, I know. While a creature is wreathed, it sheds a dim light in a 10-foot radius that only the caster can see. So other people can't catch that. It can't gain advantage on attack rolls against me, and I will know where it is at all times within 60 feet.
Okay, I thought that's how that spell worked.
Yeah, so I was just like, it seems like Fairy Fire, but it's not.
Yeah,
Again,
so it does not. So
we're
it does not
homebrewing
yeah,
shit here.
So it does not
Kinda.
apply advantage, but it can't gain advantage on me.
Right.
Anyway, now that is cleared up.
Either way, the one that was wreathed is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Valtar just chucked a ghost tree at it and killed it.
I'm going to go ahead and let me see how am I feeling right now. No, I don't need to heal yet. I'm going to the dude who is next to Wake.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack him with a great club.
Bash its face
Yeah,
I
in.
like to imagine you don't actually have the club; it just kind of emerges from you.
from me, sort
No,
of.
you just make a fist.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, just Dark Souls fucking Mushroom Man this.
Smack.
That will a 15 hit.
That hits.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Right.
Dude, point buy system.
Yeah.
It works both ways. It doesn't just work. It doesn't like change you guys. It also changes how the enemies are built.
Then that does a 9.
9 damage.
Yes. Big ol' swing with my great club.
It's not moving.
Is it smeared?
Yep.
Cool.
I crack in the head with my stick. Haha! Like this.
If that's the case,
You got kitty weapons by the cart and the one attacking Morgan right now.
well, lucky for me, I have extra attack. So let's go help out Morgan here. And swing again! I'm guessing if a 15 hit, a 19 will also hit.
Yes, it will.
7 damage on that boy.
7. All right. You kind of like push him off the crate and off the wagon, and he kind of like skitters a little bit, but then claws himself back on with the support of the tentacle.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to wreathe the other one that I'm not attacking. It shall now be wreathed
Okay.
with
So
my Warden's Fire.
This boy who has taken no damage whatsoever yet is wreathed.
That's correct. But don't you worry. Even though you can't see the fire, that don't mean it can't help you.
All right. It is
Let us
now Brian's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to, for my first action, swing at it with my new longsword since it's right next to me.
All right.
All right. Oh boy. Will a 14 hit it?
That just misses.
That just misses. Okay. Then for... Luckily, this is also a bonus action. That's actually really nice. Let me just read this real quick just to make sure. Okay. So, for bonus action, I'm going to use my last spell slot to cast Shadow Blade. So now, let me see now. And I'm just going to basically hit it again with a Shadow Blade. It counts as just a copy of my proficient weapon, and it's just the damage is different. It's 2d8.
Okay.
Okay. So let's try that again.
Swing a ding ding.
Yep. So for fluff, you guys watch as the one blade that Morgan swings misses the creature, but then like an after image of a second one of a darker blade just reappears in the same visage, like, haha, you missed. Oh fuck!
Let me just double check something real quick. I rolled a 19, so that's gonna.
That's gonna hit.
Okay, so that's 2d8. That's 2. That's 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 9 psychic damage.
All right.
Oh, don't wake up.
Okay. You chop off one of its tentacles from its back, but it's still up.
After you did 7, right?
Yeah.
7, so I did.
He's not looking good.
Okay, so
He's-
14, 7,
he's-
9.
He's in pain, but
Okay.
he's
He
still
is in
alive.
pain, but he is still up.
Okay.
All right, now it's Valtar's turn. Valtar's had enough of this fucking shit.
I mean, she speared one with a tree last time. I think.
Yeah.
She has been fed up for sure.
You actually watch, because of her behemoth size, she actually technically counts as a large creature when it comes to weight. So you actually watch as she uses the horns on her head. She headbutts the entire cart and flips it. I'm gonna roll an athletics check here real quick.
So she attempts to do that. We'll see if this is accurate.
There's the nat 20.
She does it with aplomb.
With ease.
You watch as she pockets her glasses and gently puts them in a little case, pats them on a little pocket on her chest.
Look at the muscularity.
All right, I'm gonna roll dexterity saves for these boys. Oh, okay, nat 1. Well, fuck that guy. And for the other one, not so good either versus her athletics. So you guys watch as Valtara just kind of lurches her entire head down underneath one of the wheels and flips the cart. I can't do it right now because of the positioning of the cart, but she actually flips it 15 feet forward, and it crashes on top of the displacer beasts, killing one, but not the one who's wreathed. So this one gets tossed this way and is pinned under the cart. This one's just flat fucking dead.
One left.
Hooray!
Though she's coughing up water still.
That's why I call you Strong Purple.
All right, I'm gonna roll to see if this one gets out, if this displacer beast gets out from underneath the cart. No, it does not. It is prone. And we're back up the list. Go, Wake.
All right. Just flavor-wise, as she's coughing up some of that water, he's going to reach back, whip that water out of her lungs, and whip this sumbitch in the face.
Damn.
I'm gonna whip this little bitch in the face as he's prone. I'm not sure what that does for trying to make a dex save.
Advantage.
All right.
You have
well,
advantage to hit this thing.
he has disadvantage on that dex save then. So the displacer beast needs to make a dexterity save.
Sorry, I just need to swing.
No worries.
That's fine.
Okay. Can't be any worse. That was just a +1. Okay, this dude's getting away with a 12.
No, he's not.
He is not escaping.
14. And that is a 20. 20 damage as I whip that little bitch in the face.
Let me see how much HP he has, because I actually forgot to roll for Valtar's attack. Yeah, that did it. As Valtar coughs off the excess water, you give her air again as you rip it out of sitting in her lungs, and slap the water whip down on top of this thing, cutting it in half along with the whatever remained of the wagon. And with that, combat is over, and it is 8:10, so we actually have a good place to stop.
Hooray!
Well, that works out as Wake falls to the ground. I'm out of practice.
Feelings mutual.
But you know what?
Valtar's holding her face. Ow.
It's good to be rolling dice for the blue boy again. and we'll figure out more of that.
And meanwhile, Chroma Guild. Hooray!
Companions.
Friendship.
And we'll,
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No worries, and we will continue on, maybe try to find some medicine and head to our destination next time at the table.